Hi guys, I'm here and I can see myself now. I think this was a good idea. I was really nervous of what to do, but if you guys come right back, then this was the right thing to do because I couldn't see anything on my side. And then it played the music twice. That was not good. So, hello again. Cuff what's up? Cuff did you just miss what happened to the other stream? I was streaming. I didn't see your name in there, and usually I do. But I was streaming on the one, oh, I know this one. Like the back of your hand, you're so ready. Really? You should come up and talk to us, Cuffy, because I don't probably know as much as you. Now, you caught the end of it. I'm so glad you guys are back. Hi, PK Vale. Thank you for coming back. Hi, Diane. So let's welcome everybody in. You want to come up, Cuffy? All right, let's see. Now, this is the thing, Cuffy. Do you remember last time I wasn't able to hear anybody? So, hold on, let's see. Do I just bring you up on my cell phone? Since we didn't try it out first. Is that cool with you? Hey, Arlet. It is weird. We will see. And does everything sound okay now, you guys? Like humming and stuff? Invite you to the panel. I'm going to do it right now. Add a guest. Let's see what happens. All right, let's see. Email. It's going to email it to you in 1 second. Let me just get it. Okay, I'm going to have to copy the link and do it myself since it doesn't want to help me over here. All right, let's see. Okay, so while we're coming in, you guys, how is everyone doing? Where are you coming in from? Look, we got the exact same amount of people back, so hopefully that was a good idea to end the stream and come back. I wouldn't have been able to see anything, and that would have been terrible. And again, I think the thing that made me do it was because, it kept bringing my stuff back on. So, Cuff text me your email because for some reason I'm putting it in here and it's not coming up. But I know I have your email. So I don't know why it's not coming up. Oh wait, I remember something. Maybe if I put this in, let's see. Let's see if it pops up. Oh wait, I think I got it. I got it. All right, let me just copy and paste. And there we go. All right, it's in there. I just sent it to you. We'll do this. We'll see how it goes. If for some reason it doesn't go as planned, I can just bring you up on my cell phone and we could just talk through it like I did before. So let's see what happens, you guys. Hopefully it works out. Ooh, what is this button? Oh, I didn't know they were right there. Oh, that's a goofy laugh. While we're waiting for Cuffy. Okay. All right, Cuffy's here, so let's clap. Let's clap. We're clapping for Cuffy. And one last one. We'll chant, whatever that is. Okay. I've been watching this one since the news broke. Really, Harlot. Interesting. Oh, wait.
Can you hear me?
Why can't I see you?
Can you hear me?
Oh, there you go. Cuffy, talk real quick and let me see. I can't hear you. I don't know what's happening. I'm sure everybody else could hear you because that's what happened last time. And I don't know what it is. Cuffy, do me a favor. Drop off and then put the link in your, because I was trying to read about it the other day. See if you can open up a new tab and literally copy, instead of clicking on it, copy the link and paste it into the search bar at the top, and let's see if that works because I was watching something the other day and it said to do that. Okay. Hi, Lucy. So try that, Cuffy, if you can. Awesome. So Cuff You understood what I said. Hi, Jod Threabod. We have PK Val, Harlot, Diane, Lucy. Who else is here? Oh my gosh, it said Cat Booze, and I just saw Cat and was like, oh no, Kitty Cat's here. What's up, Cat? Oh wait, I think that might have worked because it just said somebody joined. Now talk, Cuff You.
Can you hear me?
Oh, come on.
Hear me? I don't know.
It said somebody joined, and I'd never heard that before.
Hang on.
But then nothing.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
I don't know why.
Can you hear me now?
I don't know why I said the fly. Can you guys hear Cuff You? You can? So wait, let me try this. I have an idea, Cuff You. Don't hang up.
You must have me muted.
My husband always says you just have to be 10% smarter than the problem. Let me try this. You ready for this one? Wait, hold on. Let me put that would help. My Bluetooth on. What I'm going to try to do, which is going to be a little bit tricky because I have a delay, but I'm going to turn
So weird.
my YouTube. It says it's connected, so let's see what happens. Oh, there we go. Cuff You.
Hello?
I could hear you in my ear, Cuff You. So let's just do it this way.
Okay. I'm talking.
So
Can you hear
Cuff
me?
You, there's a delay. There's a delay on my end.
Okay.
Oh no.
I'm not talking right now. I'm waiting for you to say something.
I don't know what just happened.
Uh-oh.
Ah.
This is so weird.
No. Cuff You, talk.
Hello.
Talk, Cuff You. Oh wait, I'm here. I'm back. I don't know what the hell just happened.
Okay.
It is so weird, but I think I'm on a delay with you, so I don't know how this is going to work.
You asked me a question, and then
Cuff You, can I call you instead because I'm on a delay and that's just not going to work out?
Yes, call me. Yes, call me.
I said that like 2 minutes ago. Okay, I'm gonna call you guys. I think that'll be easier. Cuff You, I got you because we're losing people. So let's call you instead.
All right,
I'm gonna call you right now. Crazy. Showtime. And this is how we're gonna call Cuff You, you guys. Ready? So let's Cuff You. I'm gonna take you off here.
Okay.
Unless you just mute yourself. Well, I'll take you off here. What's the point? And then I'll put you on here. Thank you for being easy.
Hello.
Hi, that's much better. What was happening was, although I could hear you in my ear, because there's like a 20-second delay, I would talk and then you would talk, and I didn't know that you were talking because there's a delay, and then I would talk again. So I was like, yeah, that's not going to work. So I have you here, and since you didn't have your picture on anyway, we just know how beautiful you are. I figured, what's the difference if we talk to you on the phone or on there? So let's do it this way to make it a little bit easier for everyone. All right, so talk real quick. Let me just make sure everybody can hear you and that I have it up lit nice and loud.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can everybody hear Cuff You? Let me know, you guys. Hopefully they can. All right, I have my chart. Oh, it says everything is good. Okay, good.
Okay.
Okay, so let's start this case, you guys. So fill us in, Cuff You.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a lot that I just said fill us in?
Oh, no. So, first of all, I want to say this. She's very mentally stable at it. No dementia. Nothing like that. She was at a friend's house playing Mojang that night. They brought her, I think either her family or a friend brought her home. And they think somewhere between 1 and 4, very vague,
So vague.
that somebody broke into the house and abducted her. There's supposedly some DNA in the bedroom.
Did you
and
see?
There's blood.
Yeah, did you see the blood?
Yeah, I posted it on Discord. The picture.
Of course you did. You're the best. Cuffy does the best job with our Discord, you guys. Our Discord has everything with every single case you could possibly think of. So.
Oh, okay, Harlot just said it was family because I wasn't sure about family or friend bringing her home, so it was family.
Okay, so it was a family member that brought her home. I feel like I remember that too. So let me read what I have here, you guys. So let me
Okay.
I just found something that was updated 8 minutes ago. So let's try that and see what happens. So it says, wait, let me bring it on the stream so other people could read with me if they want. Let me just pull it up. All right, you guys. So this was updated 8 minutes ago. And it says, let me just make sure you guys get it up on screen. Okay, I think we did. All right, we're good. Boom. Oh, you guys can't see me because I'm hiding behind the tree over here. That's funny. All right, hold on, let me do it this way so I go up top. There we go. Now you guys could see me. All right, let me read this to you. So it says, Sheriff says ransom note being investigated in the disappearance of Nancy Guthrie, Savannah Guthrie's mother. And it says a ransom, and this, you guys, is from CBS News. So CBS News, and it was updated at, it said 8 minutes ago, but here it says 8:06. So let's just see what it says. A ransom note was sent to a local, so there was one, was sent to a local Arizona news station following the disappearance of Today Show co-host Savannah Guthrie's mother, Nancy Guthrie. The Pima County, how do you say that, Pima?
Yeah, Pima.
Okay, the Pima County Sheriff told CBS News. The note, which the station received Monday and agreed not to report on, contained specific details about the home and what Nancy Guthrie was wearing that night. Pima County Sheriff Chris Nano said, although he would not confirm the accuracy of that information or the legitimacy of the note. It's like any piece of evidence, Nanos told CBS News. You give it to us, you give us a lead. We're going to look at every aspect of that lead. Nanos did not specify which station the note was sent to, but CBS affiliate KOLD.
TMZ.
It was a TMZ, that's what I thought. Reported Tuesday it had received an email that appears to be one of the alleged ransom notes, which it forwarded to the sheriff's office. Investigators have analyzed the note and are taking it seriously, Nano says. He said that the FBI reviewed the note and made the decision to share it with Savannah Guthrie. Authorities had hoped to keep the information from becoming public, but the note was obtained by TMZ, which reported it before contacting the sheriff's office.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And on the piece of paper where they shared it, I'm trying to read it, man. There's a number that they leave visible. It's written like in a black Sharpie, and you can see it. Like I'm trying to zoom in on it and freeze it and see what that number is.
Oh, I wonder.
But they have verified that the Bitcoin address is a real address.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so let's see what else this says. That's crazy. I want to see the picture if I can after. So let's see. He said that I can't believe about the TMZ part, that TMZ releases the
You
note.
drop the link in the chat?
Yes. Will you do that? And I'll bring it up. So in the meanwhile, let me finish reading. Thank you so much. You really are the best. The Pima County Sheriff Department had earlier said on social media that it was aware of reports circulating about possible ransom notes, adding, anything that comes in goes directly to our detectives who are coordinating with the FBI. Surveillance video from a home security system has yielded nothing so far, Nanos told CBS News. He said investigators believe the system may have been set to automatically delete footage after a short period of time, and they are now attempting to recover it through forensic means. Nanos previously told CBS News that investigators believe the 84-year-old was abducted from her home in the middle of the night over the weekend, and he described it as a crime scene. Authorities have been searching for her since Sunday. Nancy Guthrie was last seen at home Saturday night, but no one knew she was missing until she didn't show up for church the next morning. The sheriff had repeatedly said Guthrie, who lives alone, could not have wandered away from her home because she has no cognitive issues and has very limited mobility. He also expressed concern that she needs access to medication that she must take daily. The clock is literally ticking, he says. You've placed her in great jeopardy without giving her meds that are critical to her, Nano said. Again, like I've said, could be fatal if she doesn't get those meds. The sheriff has said.
Stop you for 1 second.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so her pacemaker, she had a watch that tracked her pacemaker, and that pacemaker watch was left at her house, and it disconnected at some point after she was abducted. I don't know exactly what time. So there's no tracking right now of her pacemaker.
Wow, that's terrible. That is so terrible.
Very terrible, yeah.
Wow. And the last part says the sheriff has said it's unclear how many people have been involved in the apparent abduction or how many people may have been. It could be one. It could have been more. I don't know, he said. A little bit of blood was found inside the home. A law enforcement source familiar with the case told CBS News and what appeared to be a small
DNA
amount.
was found too. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
It was found in that blood.
So I'm assuming.
Has some DNA.
Oh, well, that's good. And then it says, and what appeared to be a small amount of dry blood was seen next to the doormat outside the front door of the home on Tuesday. So let me go back and get that link you sent.
Yeah.
All right.
It's a real quick link. It's a real quick little video.
Yeah, but I want to see it. All right, let me see. I just have to find it in the chat. It's like weird on this stream. All right, I think I got it.
Yeah, her ring camera, TTS, me, Jen, I don't know how you say it, her ring camera was ripped off the door.
I can't believe that. And how cool was it? I heard, what's his name? Yes, I love Brian. And I heard he's the one that, like, not he's the one, but that he noticed it right away and said something during the press conference. So that's interesting. On X.
I dropped it too, so you know I got it too.
You are the best. All right, let's watch this, you guys, and see what TMZ has to say.
Something happened here just a few minutes ago. We received an email at TMZ from somebody purporting to basically issue a ransom demand. I'm not going to read this, but the top line to it is that they are asking for money, a lot. They are asking for it in the form of Bitcoin, and they are putting an or else on this.
Right.
Now, they also say they do two things.
You don't want that number.
See?
Right.
Oh, let me see.
I wish I could like free. It's like I could almost see it, but I can't stop it from moving on the right way.
Is that it? It looks like 250-727-7200.
Damn. Say it again. 250.
It's either a 2 or a 5, but I'll say it this way and then I'll say it the other way. So I have either 250-757. That looks like 7200. Now, if I read it another way, it could be 520. 7.
4 maybe 00.
No, the last 4 digits are definitely 7200.
Okay.
At least that I see 7200 clearly. The first 3, do you see 250?
I do see 250.
Okay, then
hey, somebody, hey Harlan, look up what area code 250 is. Or 520.
But what could that next number be? Because look at the 7200.
Oh, the 5. I'm sorry, I keep interrupting. The 520. Cat Bone said it's in Tucson, so that would make sense.
Wow. Does anybody know what those next 3 are? I can't tell if that. I mean, I could see it.
It's like 75.
Oh, you know what I think it is? It's whatever the second letter is. So I think it's 5, 2. No, it's not a 2 because it's the opposite way is the 2. I'm trying to see it if I had it back this way. Because it literally says, oh, wait, it also has date. It has a date.
Yeah, it does have a date, but it's scratched out.
Yes, it is. I literally could see it clear as day. I'm just not exactly sure. I think it's 7200 for sure, and I think it's 250. It's the second 3 numbers, but I think it's something 5. Is that a 9, a 4?
I don't know.
But put it this way. I definitely, in my opinion, see for sure 250. The second three, let's hold off for a minute, 7,200. So in that middle, I think the second number of the middle three is also a 5. So now we just have to figure out what's right before and after the 5. Now,
okay, so Harlot's saying 520-724-7600.
oh, you see 6. Guess what? She's right.
I do too. I see 6.
Because you know why I thought 2 at first? Because the 2,
250 is Canada. What?
So, okay.
250 is Canada.
No, but wait a minute. Hold on. Listen, right? So when I was looking at the 7,200, I'm looking at it facing me. So I have to remember I have to look at it the opposite way. So when Harlot just said that it looks like 7,600, that makes sense. Wait, but the first three, could that first number, could that be 520? Where would 520 be instead of 250? Does anyone? 520?
Yeah, it's Tucson.
I think it's 520. Let me tell you guys why. We have a 2 and then a 0, so it probably is 520. And then I do think it's 7. And there's a difference in that 7 and the 7,600. That was my only problem. However, I think the 724 is probably more a 7 than the 7,600.
No, Harlan, I'm buffering too. I just had to refresh and it stopped.
Oh yeah, you guys, I noticed that sometimes with YouTube, it's not even with my, because I thought for the longest time that it was my thing, but I think it was Jay is for Justice. I was watching, or maybe it was Every Day with Jay, but it was Jay. And she was telling somebody to just refresh it. And when I did that, everything was fine. So you guys, if you ever have a problem, try to refresh it first. What?
It's me, Jen just said 520 is specifically Pima.
Oh, so wait, it's me, Jen. What do you think the 3 numbers in the middle are? Thank you for looking that up for us.
I mean, Tucson or Pima makes sense. It's in Arizona. They're both
yeah, but
close.
could you imagine if that like narrowed it down even more? Okay, so Steph sells stuff by the seashore, thinks that the 3 in the middle could be 784.
Yeah, that's what did I write for? I wrote down 757 or 78.
I think it's a 2. I think the middle number is a 2. Let me tell you why. If in the first 3 numbers we have 520, that second number is the same as the 5th number.
You're absolutely right.
So I definitely think that 5th number is a 2. So now we have to figure out what's number 4 and number 6 for sure. So I do think that number 6 could be like the 6th number could be a 4 or a 9, right, you guys? Because if you wrote 9 the opposite way, like let's say the top of it, it's probably a 4 though.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of 4. I'm about to call the number. Does anybody know what they think?
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, like, we should call it live on TV. Who is this?
Right? What do other people think? What do other people think that the middle 3 numbers are? Yes, Harlot.
I'm caught up on this, but I noticed, I'm like, what is that fucking number? And you keep playing it, they start covering it up. Like, they start trying to cover it up.
Yes, and it's funny because I happened to like hit back one time, thanks to Kresha, who showed me how to do that, and it stopped right there. So, but my thing would be this, right? I definitely think we have those first 3 numbers right, and if that's the case, then that means we have number 5 right for sure. Can everybody agree that the last 2 digits are 2 zeros?
Yes.
Okay, so like let's narrow it down that way. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like we're getting really close. So Harlot, what did you think was the 8th number? So like how I said 6. Harlot said 600. So Harlot, what do you think the number is before 600?
It's gonna be in reverse.
That's the thing. It's in reverse, right?
I know. Like
oh wait, you guys. I wonder if hold on. I have an idea.
Can't you flip it?
I don't know if I might be able to, but wait, let me try this real quick.
Okay.
I'm taking a picture of it with my cell phone.
Well, I definitely know it's definitely in. We know it's in Arizona, so and you can almost. I don't know what they crossed out and what it says right above where they crossed that out.
All right, I'm going to ask ChatGPT. What phone number could this be?
Are you sending a GPT chat? You're so smart.
It's backwards. Yep, let's see what happens. Hey, I pay $20 a month. This bitch better work for me. It says, oh, this is a fun one because it's mirrored and also a bit motion blurred. The key is to mentally flip it left to right and look for numbers, shapes, not strokes. When you reverse it, the scribble strongly resembles a 10-digit U.S. phone number written fast in pen. What shapes most likely match after flipping is, though this one says, the first cluster looks like 214 reversed. What's 214? I don't see a 1.
Oh, yeah.
214.
Yeah, I don't see
Wait,
that.
it suggested 214-637-8512.
Well, please call it. Harley just said, why are you interested in what the number is? The main thing I was interested in is the first three to find out where the zip code or where the area code was.
Well, I'm just a nerd. Huh. I'm going to say I see. What was the first three we saw?
520, which is in Tucson, Pino County.
Okay.
Which is right where she's at.
That's crazy. All right, let's see.
And that's above, I can't remember who it was. It said the pacemaker disconnected at 2 a.m. So that would have been in the time, because it said between 1 and 4 the abduction took place. So that would be right in there, like right when the pacemaker disconnected from the watch that was left behind. Yeah, 2 a.m. It was Jad 3 bad.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
So wait, what did they say it was? I'm sorry. I was writing this in and then read it, and I just forgot what you just said.
So the pacemaker.
Oh, yeah, the pacemaker.
Like the watch that tracks her pacemaker. It was left behind, and it disconnected right at between 1 and 2 a.m., which is when she was abducted. That's when they're saying she was abducted. So, there's all kinds of speculation going on about the blood found out front on the bricks. Other channels are saying it's a nosebleed, and there's no way to tell. We're not going to assume that. We're not doing that here. So,
no, you're right.
There's blood on the front steps. That's what we know. Her car is still in the garage. Her purse is still there. Cell phone's still there. Everything's still there. The one thing, if you finish playing this, and then we'll talk about it. Finish playing this first.
All right. I'll finish playing it.
Okay.
They do two things.
You don't want that number.
Right. They say two things. They say that that there is an address, a Bitcoin address that that they could send this money to, and then they give a description of something that Savannah's mother was wearing at the time of the abduction and a damaged item in the house.
Both things are clearly mentioned because they want to prove that they're legit. That they have information about something that happened in the house. We
don't know.
Don't know if that is accurate.
We have called the sheriff's department. We've made multiple calls, spoken with the detective unit. We have passed on this email. We don't know whether this is legit or not. But I will say, this happens from time to time where a media outlet gets something like this. So just in due diligence,
The one thing we should
have to
say.
be taken very, very seriously. Go ahead, Charles.
Yeah,
Sorry.
the one thing we should say is that we have confirmed it. At least the Bitcoin address that they've included in this email is legit.
Right. And the authorities will have to take this very seriously. This is a piece of material evidence that has been turned over. They think an abduction happened. They have found substance in the house. The detective walked back a little bit. The sheriff walked back the blood idea. They said that things have been gathered and they are testing those substances. But he did clarify that. It's a very open and active investigation, so we'll have to see what happens.
So we will let you know. But right now, again, all we're doing is we've sent this on to detectives, and we will see.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
Hey guys, thanks so much for checking out the show. I really appreciate it.
There we go.
That's right. So TMZ got it first, and then there was Brian.
Yeah, I was looking his up next, and it came right on.
There you might have it.
So
There's two that he did. There's a real short one, and then there's a little bit longer one. Now, one of the things I will tell you that was discussed in Discord, and I think we'll probably get some feedback on this in the chat was that people really were kind of disturbed at the fact that he got so close to the house that he actually videoed. It's very, very. He's on the porch.
Yeah, I saw it. I was trying. I want to get it up. Yes, I want to get it up for others.
Yeah, and
you guys. So wait, I said to ChatGPT, I'm sorry to interrupt you. I just was like, wow.
That's all right.
So I looked at ChatGPT. Oh, wait, sorry. It just said, hold on. Oh, wait, let me take a closer look and adjust to make sure. It said something and then took it back. Hold on. Oh, wait, it says it seems like the digits. You guys, this is really focusing in. I'm looking through and it shows me what it's thinking and as it analyzes. And it's literally analyzing the digits. It's shifting in and out of focus, cleaning it up. And it says, let me make an adjustment. Oh my gosh, it did give me an answer. And then it was like psych and it took it back. So Cat Booze says she thinks it's 5,600. That's interesting, right? Here it says the digits. Oh my God, every time it says, oh, here it goes. Yes, I zoomed in on your photo and unmirrored it mentally, left to right flipped. Once it's flipped, the handwriting becomes much clearer. Most likely phone number might be, oh my God, the one I said in the very beginning, 250-727-2600. That was legit the very first number I said. And it says the area code is very clearly 250, which fits Southern Arizona, specifically Pima County. The last four digits look like 2600. Oh, I didn't say 6. Sorry, Harlot said 6. I said something else, but it was close. So then it says the last four digits look like 2600. Those double zeros are pretty distinct. The middle three read most likely 727. That last digit has a sharp angled 7 shape. Tiny uncertainty, just being academically honest. It says the only part I love that it's academically honest. It knows that I'm a professor and that I'm big on research. It said the only part that's even slightly ambiguous is the middle set. That's the part I had trouble with. It could maybe be 729 if the last digit was written with a loop. But in this frame, it really reads as 727. So it says the most likely match is 520-727-2600. Less likely, but possible, 520-729-2600.
Yeah, I wonder. Just curious.
Wow.
Never know me. Hey, I might call it. Hey, I just sent another link though, and it's to Brian Itten's X account. And if you go to that, there's like several short videos that he did.
Let's do it.
Yeah, that are all about like he's right at the house. So it's his X account.
And that's what I was just trying to link my computer thing to Discord. So here you go. Wait, contact is graphic. Wow. Right.
No, it's really it's okay. Trust me.
All right. Oh, no, I already hit it. It's fine. All right. I just liked it because we all know that I like to do all the things. So let's see. It's still buffering.
Do all the things.
Do all the things. All right. Come on. Why is it still buffering?
It does that sometimes on his thing.
You know why? Because there's probably 1,000 people that are also looking it up right now. But it's coming.
There's one right above that one. So there's two. There's one that says graphic, and then the one right above that. And they were. Did I send you
that
the
was
whole thing?
No, that was the top one. It looked like, but I'm sure if I just refreshed it to see what happens.
Yeah, just go to his X page if you can.
All right, let's see. All right, I'll just go to his page.
Yeah.
Brian Etten.
Yeah, because he's got a lot on there.
Okay, and you guys could see this, right? I think so. Oh, wow. Wow. Let's put this on. Holy crap.
See, I told you he's got a lot, yeah.
All right, you guys, let's look at the, is there not,
there's no body or anything like that.
no, sound. I don't hear any
No, I
sound.
don't think there is.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if it, oh, wow.
See the ring doorbell?
Why was he able to get that close?
That's what I'm saying. That bothered a lot of us in Discord. We're like, what the hell is he doing up that close? How did he do that?
But that's not even his fault. But that's not really his fault. He just walked up and
I know, but it's just, I don't know. I don't know how y'all feel, but I feel like as a journalist, that's crossing a line right there, man.
Don't you think all journalists, and I'm just playing devil's advocate, usually walk up to the door?
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't do it, but yeah, you're right.
But that's probably why we don't work for, like CNN or.
I can't believe not like a cop or somebody to stop it.
But you guys, look, that's like a lot.
Yeah, it's quite a bit of blood.
Like they literally made it sound like, and look over here. What's this over here that got busted
See,
off?
that's what other
Oh,
channels,
that's tree. This is tree.
That's what other channels are saying is a nosebleed.
No.
Like, that's dirt with blood in it, in my opinion. That's what it looks like to me. I don't know.
In my opinion, that does not look like I mean, I guess you could bleed a lot from the nose, but not like that. Look at this. And it's going all the way up. Oh, look, there's splatter right here. So these are drippings, right? So I'm trying to think of what we learned from Joseph Scott Morgan. And he always says that when there's drips like this, that means it's because it's dripping. Joseph Scott Morgan, if you're watching this, I learned this from you. But he says that if it's round like this, that it's because it's dripping right down. So I'm curious, when it drips down, is that where these splatters come from?
I don't know.
Yes. Thank you so much, Willow. Thank you for subscribing.
Oh, I thought Willow said something. I was like, wait. Yeah, thanks, Willow.
Yes, thank you so much. Addie says, in my opinion, it looks like somebody coughed or sneezed.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you, Addie.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
It could be, you guys.
This woman is 84 years old.
This is the thing, though. My mom is 77, and she is like she could like do a cartwheel. Like she literally, you would never know.
This woman can't. She's frail.
Okay. All right. Well, this is why I'm glad I have you on the thing with me, because that makes total sense.
Walk more than like 50 feet without having to rest or have assistance.
Gotcha. So wait, what were they saying about zooming? Let me see.
Yeah, I know. I saw that. I didn't catch it though.
It says.
You have the best chat.
I really do. Oh, Addie said, does anyone know how many numbers and letters are in crypto accounts? I don't off the top of my hand, but
I don't either.
Well, wait a minute. I can find.
GPT chat it, right?
Well, I could do that, but not only that, I like years ago bought.
You have Bitcoin?
Well, wait, I don't have like Bitcoin, you guys. I have like $100 worth of Bitcoin. I don't have like Bitcoin. But with that being said, because I have like $100 of Bitcoin, I could probably look it up. Oh, wait, I actually have $341 of Bitcoin.
What?
Look at that. And it went up 40%. Wow. I made $100 on Bitcoin, you guys.
I know, cat bonds. I can't imagine having my mom stolen either. Oh, and Miss Lauren Matthias has made her opinion known about it.
Oh
today.
my God.
I'll have to go watch that.
So I'm definitely putting that on after this, because let me tell you why.
You
So
saw it?
I didn't watch the whole thing. However, what I saw was, oh my God, you guys, what I saw was like, I was like, wait, what? Like she, in my opinion, just from the few minutes I listened to it, I was like, did she just like make it sound like it could have been like something Savannah did or said or pissed off?
Oh my God, you heard it like I did then. Fantastic.
I literally listened to like 2 minutes of it and was like, why am I getting that? And something like church related, as if like.
Yeah, and she implicates her almost. It's y'all are gonna like die.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna put it on. It was literally like, it was like.
Oh my God moment for me. I was like,
So something happened.
Well, to the point at least that I was like, oh yeah, we're going live.
Yeah.
No, really, I'm dead serious. I was up on the, you know.
Yeah, we were texting back and forth. She was on the fence about it.
The fence, that's the word. Yes, I was definitely on the fence about it, but then I like saw that and was like, wait, what? And I didn't see it from Hidden True Crime, just in case anybody.
I didn't either. I didn't see it, although I did go watch it after I saw it somewhere else.
Yes. Oh, DT has something on right now about it.
Yeah, I know he does.
Anyway, I love DT. So let's go to why doesn't it come up in True Crime? You guys, guess what happened yesterday? Why I get this up? So
Do tell.
No, you know about it already. I went on to Hidden True Crime, member, and I texted you and was like, why am I subscribed?
Oh, yeah.
I was legit subscribed as of yesterday, you guys. I was like, what is happening? Why am I subscribed? Oh my God.
Patreon up.
So we could do that. Well, me and you should look into that first so that we could come up with.
I know.
But I absolutely. So you guys, Cuffy, you joined Patreon? They're Patreons.
For Hidden True Crime.
Yeah, so that we could see. And just so the Bitcoin answer.
I'm a hidden gem.
Right. The Bitcoin answer, it's not coming up as like a number for me. So I don't know how that works. However, let me be honest with you. The reason I even have Bitcoin is because back in the day, maybe I should just shut up. I probably had Bitcoin for the same reason other people had it from back in the day, like before, like back in the college years. Pretty much we used to get smoke, which is now legal, so I don't even care, whatever. But we used to people used to buy smoke with crypto. I don't think I ever did because I was really a nerd. But that's how I found out about it. So I never did that. I freak out over everything. However, I wouldn't be surprised I wouldn't be surprised. I know for a fact, many of my friends, that's what they used to do. And that's how they would get away with paying somebody without having, if they didn't, it was crazy. So I was like, wait, what's this Bitcoin thing? And I'll never forget the one time we were going out and it was up to me or nothing. So I downloaded it. I bought my $70. We're talking about $50. We're not talking about thousands. It was a little for the night. And that was everybody's in one. That wasn't just mine. It was everyone's. So it was right before, and everybody knew I was freaking out and I didn't want to do it. And last minute, one of my other friends was like, I already did it. I was like, you did? She's like, we knew you weren't going to. And I'm like, you're right. But I never took it out. So I kept it in there. So there you go.
Well, there you go. Hey, and Harlot just said something. Harlot is my co-poster in Discord. She's fabulous.
That's amazing. Thank you, Harlot.
Yeah. And she listens to what before she posts or she reads it like I do. So I really appreciate that, you guys, when you do that, because that way we're not duplicating each other.
Wow, thank you. And thank you, Harlot, for doing that. That is so kind, because Cuffy, I know you work so hard.
This isn't the one I was talking about, the one before this.
Oh, you were talking about the one before this where she said it gets worse or something?
That's when she implicated her, and the one before this.
Oh, no, this is the one I see. She does it again.
Okay.
So how crazy is that? So wait, let's see it gets worse first.
Right now, an urgent and deeply unsettling search is underway in Arizona.
Which just means that she didn't.
That one. Y'all look at her. Just look at her.
Right. But wait, listen. So wait, that just means, we're going to be nice. Remember, we're not making fun of anybody.
I know, but it's just oh my God.
No, I hear what you're saying though. Okay. But I know. Usually I'm yelling at truth. But what I was going to say is that this must be that bad because I heard it in the other one. You heard it in this one. So it wasn't that she did the follow-up to correct the record, which is interesting in itself. So let's see what she has to say for herself here.
Nancy Guthrie, the mother of today's show host Savannah Guthrie, has vanished. And authorities say this is no longer being treated as a missing person case, but instead a crime. In just hours, investigators escalated their response, sealed off her home as an active crime scene, and brought in homicide detectives. Yet they are refusing to say why. Today, we're walking through the full timeline, the official statements, and the critical details police aren't explaining. Because in cases like this, what's left unsaid often matters just as
she's on the pink couch. Sorry, I mean the orange couch. Sorry.
As much as what's confirmed. I'm Lori Mathias, and this is Hidden True Crime.
Yeah, but she's at Grayson's. That's Grayson's couch, right?
16 years old when her dad died.
Yeah, it is. So Grayson's the one with the orange couch. Whenever you see the orange couch, you guys, I believe that's Grayson's, allegedly.
Also a daughter named Annie who lives near her mom in Arizona and a son, Cameron. Nancy became a widow at a young age. She was only 46 years old when her husband, Charles, died of a heart attack at age 49. Savannah was just 16 years old when her dad died. Nancy never remarried, and the Guthrie clan is extremely close to their mom.
My mom is named Nancy Guthrie. She had me when she was 29 years old. I was her third baby. And she always said, when you came, I knew my family was complete. The word I use to describe my mom is noble. She's strong, like hard iron granite, strong. We had some hard times when I was a child. You know, we lost my dad suddenly and shockingly, and my mom was so strong and set aside her own grief in many ways just to be there and make sure that we could all move forward together. And I think that's the other thing I'd like to say about my mom. The greatest gift my mother gave me was faith and belief in God. It changed my whole life. When I was in my 30s, I really wished to be married and be a mom, and things just did not happen that fast for me. And my mom's confidence that one day I would be a mom, even as the years tick by and tick by and tick by, meant so much to me.
Despite Nancy being in her 80s, struggling with mobility issues and requiring daily medication, she has still been living life to the fullest. Part of that life is regular church attendance. She attended every weekend. So when she did not show up for church yesterday, February 1st, a friend of hers reached out to her family, who then went on to check on her. But Nancy was not in her home, and in fact, she was nowhere to be found. Wow. By 12 p.m. on Sunday, police were called, and Nancy was quickly reported missing. So here's the timeline, and it's important. Nancy was last seen at her home around 9:30
So you guys listen up here, ready?
p.m. on Saturday night, January 31st. Less than 15 hours later, though, alarm bells went off when Nancy failed to show up for her regular Sunday church service. And then friends became concerned and contacted her family. By around noon on Sunday, February 1st, police were notified, and Nancy was officially reported missing. And from that moment, the response was immediate and urgent. Authorities deployed canine units, search and rescue teams, and every available resource moving quickly to locate Nancy and determine what may have happened in that narrow window between when she was last seen and when she vanished. But in less than 24 hours, the tone of this case changed and became far darker.
This is where she starts. Wait, you guys, take notice that she says the word dark a few times.
Law enforcement is now stating unequivocally that Nancy Guthrie's disappearance is tied to a crime. On Monday morning, February 2nd, Pima County Sheriff Chris Nanos stepped to the podium alongside a homicide detective, a presence that alone shows just how serious this is becoming. And Sheriff Nanos told reporters that while investigators were searching Nancy's home, they encountered multiple things that immediately raised concern. And after processing the residence, authorities reached a chilling conclusion that Nancy Guthrie's home is not just suspicious, it is an active crime scene. Police are not describing this as a possible crime. They are saying a crime has occurred, even as they remain tightly guarded about what they found and why it led them to that determination. And now, with more questions than answers, Sheriff Nanos is asking the public for help, emphasizing that even the smallest detail could matter as they race to uncover what happened to Nancy and where she may be. So let's listen to what Sheriff Nanos said during that press conference.
We expended a lot of resources for a missing person.
This is the press conference. This is the thing. I'll play the press.
Right after that.
I was going to say, I'll play the press conference. I just want to make sure that, like, I don't want to watch their whole video and then get, like, struck.
No,
so we could watch that separate. So let's just go to where she talks again, and then we could watch that separate.
Yeah.
To do more searching, but right now we don't see this as a search mission as much as we do a crime scene.
After that, they showed a map on screen. Each color on the map represents different resources in the search and rescue effort, and the area those resources covered in the search. Just by looking at it, it's a very clear picture that they have covered a lot of ground in a relatively short time span. Take a listen.
But that is our search patterns, I believe. Is that correct?
Yes. Yeah. So with all the assets that we deployed yesterday with the search and rescue teams, the map that's on the screen is
all right. Let me skip a little.
Basically, tracks that were followed. Those are all.
Doesn't add next.
The colored lines are all ground tracks.
Morning.
NBC's Tom Winter covers crime and security. Tom.
What were you gonna say?
I think she. I don't.
You think she already said it?
I don't know. I think she might have. Go to right after this.
The Today Show also covered Nancy's disappearance this morning.
NBC's Tom Winter covers crime and security. Tom joins us now with the latest. Tom, good morning. The sheriff said that what they found especially concerning was the scene at the house. What's the significance?
All right, you guys, the reason we're skipping is because we're trying to find a specific thing where, and Cuff, you saw it on this, something on this one that was alarming, and I saw it on the one right after this. So both of them are, so let's just see see if she says it here.
Would be hugely helpful as well. I mean, do they see her walking down the street, walking in somebody's backyard? All that would be so helpful.
All right, Tom, thank you.
And while the search for Nancy continues, people have floated theories online as to what could have possibly happened to her. And while Nancy does live alone, she does have regular help from staff, some of whom have been in contact with police already. And police do have Nancy's phone and are searching through her home footage. So I would think that if her disappearance has anything to do with anyone who knew her, saw her, or helped her on a regular basis, that phone will be incredibly helpful to the ongoing investigation. And I do wonder what they might uncover on that cell phone. Others online are speculating, wondering if Nancy's disappearance could have potentially had anything to do with her daughter, Savannah. Not if Savannah had any part in her disappearance, but if there could have been a fan gone rogue or someone who knows who Savannah is because of her status as a public figure and could have done something to her mom. But
all right, I have to say something real quick because I didn't see this part. Well, wait, real quick. So does anybody notice? So listen to what she just says right here. So she literally projects here. Wait, let me hear it again.
Any part in her disappearance, but if there could have been a fan gone rogue or someone,
a fan gone rogue. In my opinion, that's Lauren projecting what she appears as a fan gone rogue of hers, even though that's not, whether, that was real or not, it's perception.
A lot of behavioral analysts and people that are watching are saying the exact same thing you're saying.
That it's like a projection of her own.
Yeah, and then right before that, when she says not to imply that it could have been Savannah, that's implying.
That well, and that so
Savannah could have something to do with it.
Okay, so then how would that translate over to her? That it's not implying that Lauren could have something to do with it, right? Or meaning that she could. So I'm just saying, like, we have to listen to what people tell us because people tell us who they are and what they're thinking right through without realizing it. So let's see.
Someone who knows who Savannah is because of her status as a public figure and could have done something to her mom. But there is no confirmation of any of this.
Wait, did she say could have done something?
If there could have been a fan gone rogue or someone who knows who Savannah is because of her status as a public figure and could have done something to her mom. But there is no confirmation of any of this, although Savannah's...
There's no confirmation of any of this, so we're just going to speculate on it anyway.
Imagine how that made Savannah feel right there. Can you imagine?
Well, not just that. Like, Lauren calls herself a public figure.
Yeah.
This is literally projection, in my opinion, more than anything I've seen, like, in a while.
Name was brought up during the press conference, and Sheriff Nanos said that they have been in touch with Savannah's security team.
Has Savannah Guthrie, she had any threats to herself?
We've spoken to her. We'll continue to work with that. She has a security team that's been in touch with us throughout the night. But we're not going to dismiss any.
So I'm interested to see what you hear on the next one.
Okay, so let me go to the next one because I heard something very similar, but she was not wearing that outfit. She was wearing the one that I saw on the other one. So let me go back and see.
Well, thank God she wasn't wearing that one. I'll be right back, you guys.
Sinking in the middle of the night. And sources say that investigators believe that moment may mark when she was.
And just because I am very fair, I will make sure that we add Hidden True Crimes link in there in case anybody wants to watch the entire thing. I do not hate on other people. Not hate on other people like that way. I point out what they do wrong, misinformation, projection, things like that, behavior. As a matter of fact, you guys, I think I'm going to do like a members only live soon because I want to talk to you guys about what you think about me changing my name of my channel. Sometimes I feel like the minds behind true crime with Dr. Vona can get like wiped out a little bit. So I was thinking, why don't I do something like, I don't know, behavior breakdown with Dr. Vona, like something a little bit more simple. Let me know what you guys think in the chat. But again, I'm not trying to hate on people. I'm trying to pick out behaviors that I see in psychology and what that could possibly mean. So let's see what she has to say.
Was taken. Yes, taken. Authorities now say the 84-year-old mother of Today Show anchor Savannah Guthrie was abducted from her home, abducted against her will, and police have confirmed DNA
as opposed to
she went
evidence inside the house.
Well, no, she said abducted. How do you get abducted against your will? If you're abducted, it is against your will.
Always against your will, right?
Reinforcing their belief that this was not a voluntary disappearance. And just 24 hours ago, Hidden True Crime, we were discussing this as a sudden disappearance, and we walked through how police escalated this case from a missing person investigation to an active criminal case almost immediately. And now law enforcement, they're no longer speaking in hypotheticals. They're describing a woman with limited mobility who did not leave on her own, who needs daily medication, and who may have been removed while she was asleep. And as officials have said bluntly, this is a race against time. And today's press conference only reinforced just how dire the situation is.
So real quick before we get to that, I do think that one of the things that I don't know if she's misconstruing or if I am, I think she, in my opinion, allegedly may have watched Ashley Banfield. And I literally was trying to go through to see if I could like catch up real quick in like the 10 minutes I had in between why I was getting changed from work to now. So I was listening, and why did that just remind me of something with Ashley Banfield? Hold on, let me see, because We all know my
time.
ADHD.
And today's press conference only reinforced just how dire the situation is.
Oh,
So
I know what it was. So Ashley Banfield talks to the sheriff and asks questions. And one of the questions she asked was about her leaving the home. And the sheriff says, we can't answer. However, we can say that she did not leave. The way he wrote it, the way he worded it, it was something like she did not leave on foot. But I think, in my opinion, because I thought about it and I'm like, people are going to misconstrue that. I took it as she didn't walk away. Like she didn't just walk and like get lost. So I took it as she didn't leave on foot, as if, because he then says her car's still here. So I took that as she didn't walk away physically, that she was taken away or driven away. But I feel like Lauren here is perceiving it almost as if she was like abducted while she was sleeping, as if she didn't physically walk out of the house. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So that's what I'm getting here. So let's see.
Let's pause, reset, and walk carefully through what we now know. What's changed in the last 24 hours and why investigators believe this situation is far more urgent than anyone initially realized. We'll go through everything we need to know. Stick with me.
I think they did initially realize. I think Lauren means how far she initially realized.
My name is Lauren Mathias, and this is Hidden True Crime.
All right, let's get forward.
It has desert scenery reminiscent of a Georgia O'Keeffe painting. It's a home of solitude. She lived there alone. And the next morning, though, Nancy didn't show up for church, which was completely out of character for her. A friend noticed right away and contacted the family. And when
so like on Discord, I posted like a bunch of maps. Like there's a bunch of roads they're counting as like really pertinent because that there's no light out there because there's some observatories out there for the stars. And so there's no light out there. And so they're saying that even if there are cameras on some of the roads around there, that it may be hard to even see anything if the cameras are there because it's so dark out there.
Huh. That's interesting, right?
Yeah, I thought so too.
Wow. So hi, you guys that are coming in. We have new people coming in. So we have Heidi Earl, I guess you would say, says, yes, she was emailing him after he was convicted of the things he did. Very gross. I don't know exactly what that was too. Let's see.
Me either.
Oh, look, Calissa's here. You guys, all of my friends are here. We have, wait, you know what else, you guys, before I forget? Last night when we were hanging up, I did not realize, but you two bad actors, Truth caught it, and Truth took a screenshot and sent it to me. You two bad actors said, I should make my tagline where all the crazies are welcome. Do you guys remember One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest?
Yes.
Okay, well, I think we have a new tagline thanks to you two bad actors.
Oh my God, we have to have a shirt.
Yeah, so all of you crazies, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, somebody wrote me a crazy comment yesterday that we read on live. So if anybody missed it, please go back and see it because people were, well, and including myself, not just people, were speculating, like, could that have been either Grayson, Lauren, or somebody close to them? And afterwards, I was thinking while I was getting my shower, and I'll say this offline because I don't want to say this online, but there's a creator or two that I didn't realize. And I'm not talking about Duty Ron, that like backed Lauren, and I'm wondering could have been somebody there. So I don't know, but it sounds just like the message that Lauren shares with us, in my opinion, allegedly, that the one that she sent with us that we looked at the night before, that I literally used to show people how to make their messages not look like they're from ChatGPT. And so when I saw it, I literally was like, oh my God, like either they're using the same AI or this is so closely related. And then the verbiage was another big one for me because the things that they were saying were words that we don't always use in regular back and forth speech. It was like very like big words, like how she just said it looks like this house was, what did she say, solitude or in solitude or something, like instead of just being like she lives on her own, like it, I don't know, like the descriptive.
Or like most of she lives in the middle of nowhere, like something like that.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
right, but she's not going to use words that we all use. So, but anyway, so my point being is that whoever wrote that kitty cat thing then writes me back, because I write them back. I read what I wrote online. I thought it was pretty funny. Then they wrote me back, and then Cuff you said that you think that they deleted it.
Yeah, I can't. I've looked at every video you have up, and I cannot
So
find it.
I think it was the one on the first one where it's like a gray background. I have different pictures of her, but let me tell you something. So that almost tells me even more then it might have been someone, right? Because somebody else might have, like maybe during a meeting, whatever the case may be, somebody might have suggested to take it down, that it wasn't worth. Do you know what I mean? And because so many of us were onto it, literally right after you guys, right after we did a live stream on it, the whole thing came down, and not on my part. So I didn't delete it, but it did come down. It's gone. Yeah. I have screenshots.
We have screenshots of it.
Yeah, I have screenshots so that people know that it really happened. But that almost makes me think even more, like, could that have been, you know what I mean? So what was my point of that? There was a point behind that. Oh, I know what it was. So the person Kitty Cat said, whoever it was, said that I should stop aligning myself with my crazies, that my subs. And they said, stop aligning yourself with the crazies. And that the people in my, that are like sub to me are crazy, and that you guys are, that, like, in other words, I'm lowering myself to get your approval. And I was like, wait, what? And then I didn't realize that you two bad actors. And if anybody knows the exact line, I believe it's the crazies are welcome. But if someone remembers the exact line from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, please throw it in chat. And that's going to be our new tagline here. And that's where it comes from, in case anybody asks. I'm like, that was so smart. Instead of like, go against it, embrace it. The crazies are welcome here. And yeah, and I'm literally the head of the crazies, like, and I'm proud of it.
Yeah. Hey, Nick said something interesting. He says, and I agree with her. She says something doesn't, or is not right with this whole thing, with this case. I have been thinking that, and Scarlett, I always play Scarlett, Harlett, I'm sorry.
I do too sometimes.
Anyway, she said that she agrees there is really odd. There is something odd about this case, and I cannot figure it out. It's the same way I feel about the Teffy case. So it's like, I don't know, man. I think something really weird is going to drop about this.
I hear you, and I don't want to speculate, only because I'm telling her she shouldn't speculate, so I don't want to speculate.
Oh, no,
however, but no, I'm going to say, however, like, off of the show, I have, like, I think, like, I'm thinking of a few things too, but I would never, ever suggest them here just because I really don't know, and it would legit be speculating. So, but I do agree with you. I was thinking of other things too. And I do think, like, who takes someone's 80-something-year-old mother out of, and could it have been, you know, was it targeted or wasn't it targeted? Because this is the thing. The sheriff says that it was, that it wasn't targeted, but at the same time that the public shouldn't be worried. So this is the thing though. People are saying, well, then that must mean that they knew who it was, like, that they think it was targeted, because if they don't think that the neighborhood should be worried, that, so, but my thing is, I caution everybody to think that way, because if they remember with Brian Koberger, technically nobody knew him, right? But they didn't think that everybody else in the neighborhood should get worried, whether that was smart or not. But it wasn't necessarily somebody that knew them. So I do think that both things could be true, that where they don't think that the neighborhood needs to worry, but at the same time, they might not necessarily know who they are. So I do think that that's important too. All right, let's listen to more. And I just have to say, and I don't do any of the making fun of, so someone said that this shirt is a $500 shirt.
What?
Yes.
Okay, who knows that, and how do you know it?
Because they know that they know what brand it is. They literally said, wait, where is it?
Wow.
They said she's wearing a da-da-da shirt. Hold on, I'll find it.
Okay,
it's like,
well, her sponsor in this video is a clothing sponsor.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh my God, whoever wrote the name of it and said that it was $500 and you recognized it, let me know if the sponsor she did is the
That's what I want to know now.
Yeah, that's so funny. But yeah, oh wait, here it goes. Steph sells stuff by the seashore, says she's wearing a $500 Tory Burch shirt.
Wow.
And then someone else said, oh well, I thought it was something from Shein. Stop, I'm dying. And I don't think, well, that's the thing. I don't even think they were like being disrespectful. I think they really thought like, oh, I thought that was like a Shein shirt.
Oh, look, I'm not Timu. I ain't gonna lie. Ain't no shame in my game. I got some
You are too funny. Lucy says, I couldn't find a quote like that from Cuckoo's Nest. I did find this one though. I rebel, therefore I exist. Ooh. I'm gonna have to look at the picture that True sent me. Maybe I'm getting it wrong. Hold on, let me see. Because she definitely.
Casey, honey, what are you trying to ask? Casey says, never mind, I'll ask you later in Discord. Ask right now. Type it.
Yeah, but what if it's something that she realizes she shouldn't ask because it might be speculation or something? Like it might not.
I don't know.
That's what I mean. So it might not. I don't always take things like that as meaning like I don't want to ask. But however, if that's the case, do you know what I mean? So if it's just something that maybe. So okay. So you two bad actors. I have a screenshot said you should use them. You should use a theme from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest and make your tagline "Crazy People Welcome." So maybe she just meant One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest in general. I don't know. I'll have to look into it. I wouldn't pay $5 for the shirt. That's funny. I have to be honest with you. If my daughter was wearing that shirt, I actually think it's cute. Like, I'm just being honest. Like, I wouldn't wear it. I don't know about blue and brown and all together. I didn't think it was a terrible shirt. I wouldn't wear it. But if my kid were... Yeah, the other one looked cute from far away. See, I'm all about people, like, expressing themselves through their clothing, but especially because I'm one that wears, like, gray, black, red, green.
Okay, so the tagline, I'm sorry.
Please do it. I want you to.
So it says, no, Crazy People Welcome is not an official tagline. However, the film is well known, the tagline, if he's crazy, what does that make you?
Oh.
But I like this is good.
Oh, I like that too. But I'm all about embracing it, right? Like if you're going to call me and the people that are, with me on this journey, if you're going to call us crazies and that I'm aligning myself, that's what it was. I'm aligning myself with all of the crazies. And literally said that my subs were the crazies. Like didn't say that I'm aligning myself with like other creators that were crazy. Like they literally said that my subs are crazies. So, and I don't want anybody to retaliate in any way because that is just not who I am. I always believe that revenge is a dish best served cold. There's no reason to get all heated and go say and do shit. My thing is that at the end of the day, when you're an authentic person and you're always telling the truth, even if it doesn't win the or feel good, but even if it doesn't win that battle, it always wins the war. So like sometimes you just have to chill and have faith that the truth comes out and that you get redeemed in some way. And I found over my 47 years, that when I do that, I get redeemed in some way. Just stay true to myself and it'll come around and I will get redeemed, even if it's 20 years from now. And to me and sometimes the person that needs to hear it is no longer with us. You know what I mean? But it's just the fact that I'd rather stay true to myself than get hot and heated and regret it. That's all. No, I got my 4,600. Someone wrote you got 4,600. Good.
Casey, let's talk about that Teppy on Discord after, because I'll tell you what I think is weird. But we're like you said, we don't want to flip a bunch of subjects. So let's do that. Let's talk about Teppy after this on Discord.
Yes, and to be honest with you, I would come back and do a Teppy one maybe tomorrow or something, even if it's like, like a short live just before we do a different live or something. But because I do think that's interesting. And the fact that, just real quick, not to get off topic, but the fact that they thought that it was 2 shots and 1 shot and now it's like 9 and 7.
Overkill.
Right. So that, and I don't to me, I would like to talk about how do you mistake 1 for a 9? I don't know, but that's the story, I guess. We'll do that with the Tepe case. But just so you guys know, the autopsy reports did come back on the Tepe case. And instead of 2 shots for him and 1 shot for her, they found it was 7 shots for him and 9 for her. So we do need to go over that, but I didn't get to read anything.
There's a bunch of information. We've been hard at work today on that one too in Discord too, Dr. Vona, if you want to look at that.
Wow, you guys are so amazing. I can't even take it. All right, let's listen to more of this.
Her kids went to check on her.
See, I was 100% right about Casey when I said I bet you it's something that they just didn't want to put on here for whatever reason, and I was right.
Yes, you were.
I'm good at reading people. And when I say reading people, I don't mean like in a negative way. I just mean like reading, reading the room.
Stop making excuses.
Well, I'm good at reading. But no, I'm good at reading people too. Well, this is the thing. Sometimes I get misperceived, not even you, just the other people watching. But I didn't want Casey to think that I meant anything by that. I don't mean it. All right, let's go.
Her house and couldn't find her. I'm assuming they did not find anything in extreme disarray as they continued to search for nearly an hour before they called 911 just before noon on Sunday. And that is when everything changed. Because by Monday, Pima County Sheriff Chris Nanos said investigators found things inside the home that immediately raised serious concern, enough that they officially declared Nancy Guthrie's house a crime scene. Homicide detectives were brought in. Search and rescue teams had already worked through the night using helicopters, drones, heat sensing technology, and dogs, but that search has now been paused. This is now being treated fully as a criminal investigation. And here's the biggest update. Sheriff Nanos is no longer hedging his words. He told CBS News directly, I believe she was abducted. She didn't walk away from there. She didn't go willingly.
CBS News correspondent Jonathan Bigliotti asked Pima County Sheriff Chris Nanos about the ticking clock to locate Guthrie. Here's what he said.
I mean, the clock is literally ticking. It's been more than 24 hours since she disappeared. Are you concerned that it may be too late before she is found?
Well, look, we don't want to go there.
He also told the Daily Mail that evidence suggests Nancy did not leave on her own. Nanos said, quote, she did not walk away.
What?
I was saying, hey, somebody in the chat.
Oh, sorry.
We believe she was forced to leave that residence. It was against her will. And then when he was asked if abduction was too strong of a word, he simply responded, no, it is not too strong of a word. Nancy's physical condition is a huge reason police are so confident about this. Investigators say she has very limited mobility, uses a walker, and could not walk more than about 50 feet without help. Sheriff Nanos said the family told him that she couldn't even walk 50 yards on her own, and police have been very clear about what this is not. This case is not a dementia-related incident, confusion, or someone just getting lost. That is what this case isn't. Sheriff Nanos said, again, Nancy Guthrie is of great sound mind. She is sharp as a tack. This is not someone who just wandered off.
I can't think of the last time where in the middle of the night in someone's bed, an 84-year-old woman disappeared on us. That's a challenge for us, and it's something we just want her back.
Okay, but did anybody else to get the other note that he says in a different thing that that crime happens all the time in Tucson or whatever? He made like a comment like that to where it wasn't uncommon for things like this, and here it's saying that it's not every day that you find. So it's almost like, well, which one?
We all do, Sheriff. I know you've been in contact with Savannah, who you know is in Tucson. What is your message to her and the Guthrie family and all the viewers who care so much about Savannah?
We're not going to give up. We'll get this. I'm blessed. I have a team that is, look, they'll solve this. I know they will.
And when detectives searched the home, they found Nancy's phone, they found her wallet, and car still inside. The lights in the common areas.
Wait, God forbid Lauren says anything like, oh, or something like that. Or, you know what I mean? It was just like right back to it.
Were on. The front door was unlocked. Investigators have also noted signs consistent with a forced entry, but they aren't releasing specific details because, again, this is an active investigation. They are holding clues tightly to their chest still. And police believe Nancy, though, was taken sometime overnight. That they're telling us, possibly while she was in bed asleep. Can you imagine? 84 years old, being woken up and being taken while in your bed asleep. Her family is now asking neighbors to check any security footage.
I think the parts I'm waiting for are going to be coming up, the ones where I got the same feeling you did.
Have had from between 1 a.m. and 4 a.m. Sunday morning. Because according to sources, her pacemaker last synced with her Apple Watch around 2 a.m. And after that, they believe is when she was taken out of range. That's in quotes.
That makes me think that the person who took her obviously recognized, because sometimes I'm like, don't people look at the watch? And like nowadays, like, because everybody's wearing different technology. So that just says to me that the person recognized she had her watch on and took it off.
Yes, that may be the clue.
What do you mean the clue?
They said that they left something in the house in the ransom letter.
Oh.
Either something damaged or something in the house.
There you go. Who knows?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Taken out of range. Even if a camera doesn't point.
Wait, Desert says that it's distracting her shirt. That's funny.
Directly to her house. Police say it still matters. Sheriff Nanos explained it could be something as small as headlights, a vehicle passing through the area, or someone walking by. If anything feels even slightly off, they want to see it. Investigators are currently reviewing footage, Nancy's cell phone data, license plate readers, and other cameras throughout the neighborhood. They are also canvassing the area and searching for a possible vehicle of interest that could help identify a suspect or suspects. And then there's another major development that came in overnight. Sheriff Nanos has now confirmed that DNA evidence was located inside Nancy's home and sent to a lab for testing. He said, quote, we took some samples that we hope will have enough of a DNA profile to give us some identification as to what we're looking at, end quote. And according to the Los Angeles Times, that DNA source was indeed blood, according to Los Angeles Times. And at this point, investigators haven't said whose blood it is, and they've explained that it could take several days for results to come back. But the presence of blood at the scene, if true, only reinforces why police believe this was not a voluntary disappearance. Sheriff Nanos has also been very blunt about how serious the timing is here. Nancy needs daily medication, and it has now been well over 24 hours since she disappeared. He said, this is about an 84-year-old woman who is sick, who needs her medications, who in the middle of the night was taken from her bedroom. If she is alive, she needs her medication. That in itself could be fatal, and that's scary. End quote. Right now, police don't know if Nancy was injured when she was taken. Authorities also say there's no evidence that she was taken across the nearby Mexican border. And
they don't know if she was injured, but there was blood outside.
Yeah, and then, hey, bondage bar, yes, they do know, in the note, they do describe one of those pieces of clothing that she is wearing, yes. The answer to your question is yes.
And I guess that was to show that they really knew what was happening there, right? And I have to be honest, the people that are, I just saw something about sneakers and about how people are saying that they'll have one pair, but their kids will have 5 or 6. So I have to be honest. Yeah. Well, I have to be honest in life. I have little stuff because of my daughters. I'll give it to them first, but I'm from Philly and sneakers are my thing. So I have sneakers from 20, not 20 years, maybe 10 years, but they look brand new. So I do have a good sneaker collection, I must say. I love my Jordans. My girls can go kiss my ass. They get enough of, no, I'm just joking. They get just as much.
No indication that this involves cartel or border related activity. It's also worth noting a bit about Tucson as a city. Like many urban areas, it has higher than average crime rates compared with the national average, especially for property crime. And some neighborhoods also see violent crime in Tucson. But the Catalina foothills, where Nancy lives, is very different. It's an affluent, low crime area with large homes.
She said in affluent instead of affluent.
Homes and generally very strong security.
You guys, just because I have to stop. Ready?
And some neighborhoods also see violent crime in Tucson. But the Catalina foothills, where Nancy lives, is very different. It's an affluent, low crime area with large homes and generally very strong security. Violent crimes, like in abduction, are extremely rare there. And that's part of why this case is so alarming and why investigators are treating it with such urgency.
Oh, an ad break. We're going to skip there.
Maybe understand, but look both ways. And make sure you use no initial evidence that Nancy was targeted because...
What was the brand? Oh, yeah, for the clothes. Hold on. It was... No, you're right. Hold on. Let's see. Deli Look. Oh, Deli Look, you guys. Maybe it is.
This shirt, honestly, they have me figured out. It sends you up to 12 premium pieces to try on at home. You keep what you love and send back the rest, and the shipping is free both ways. It takes the stress out of shopping and somehow always gets it right. Like this shirt, honestly, they have me figured out. I love it. I have worn Daily Look outfits to work, to meetings, and yes, while recording this podcast, right now. It's time to get your own personal stylist with Daily Look. Head to dailylook.com to take your
That is so funny, you guys.
For 50% off.
So does that mean that you keep the clothes, or is it like a barred?
It's like Stitch Fix. So they send you 10 pieces, and you can keep what you want and send the rest back.
I wonder if she ever wears it on the thing and then sends it back.
Oh, there's actually a rumor about that, but I won't speculate.
I'd be a liar if I said that I've never done that. Where not,
oh my God, I've done it.
And I don't mean to tape anything. I don't wear anything like that fancier. But I mean, if I would lie if I didn't say that I didn't put on a shirt before and then wore it for a few hours and was yeah, I don't know that I want to keep this and took it back. So.
As for motive, investigators are keeping all possibilities open. Sheriff Nanos said there is no initial evidence that Nancy was targeted because of her daughter, Savannah Guthrie's public profile.
Calissa, her personal stylist, is the thing that she just had on. I don't think it's Grayson. I think it's the clothes thing she just had on that, the Stitch Fix, but it's something else.
As a Today show anchor, but at the same time, he said that they can't rule that out. He confirmed that investigators are looking into whether Nancy may have been stalked or harassed and said Savannah's security team is in contact with law enforcement. And this is where a lot of public speculation starts. One theory that always comes up in cases like this, especially when a family member is well known, is the idea that this could somehow be connected to Savannah Guthrie herself, that maybe this was an attack aimed at hurting her by taking someone she loved or tied to someone who had an issue with her or her work as a journalist. And it's understandable.
Right, hold on. I'm going to wait, but I want people to hear that. So I'm going to slow that part down because that's the part that wait, I'm only slowing it down to 1.25 and it's still normal. But listen, you guys, listen up to what she says here.
The idea that this could somehow be connected to Savannah Guthrie herself, that maybe this was an attack aimed at hurting her by taking someone she loved or tied to someone who had an issue with her or her work as a journalist. And it's understandable that people wonder this. Savannah Guthrie is a nationally known news anchor. She interviews powerful people. She has moderated presidential debates and has had tense, uncomfortable conversations on live television. So people naturally ask, did she make the wrong person angry.
Wow.
But when you really step back and look at Savannah Guthrie's
See,
career,
I told you, I knew I heard something that was like, what the heck?
Oh my
And
God.
that goes a step further even than the one that we heard on the other one, right?
Yeah.
So let me just remind that again. That was like messed up a little.
comfortable conversations on live
Comfortable.
television.
I hate how she says comfortable.
Debates and has had tense, uncomfortable conversations on live television. So people naturally ask, did she make the wrong person angry? But when you really step back and look at Savannah Guthrie's career, she is not generally considered a controversial or inflammatory figure in the way other media personalities might be. She's not a pundit. She's not known
Including Lauren Matthias.
for extreme political commentary or taking loud, polarized stances. If anything, criticism of Savannah tends to...
Thank you, Harlot. Harlot put up Hidden True Crime's YouTube channel. So if anybody from Hidden True Crime is watching or listening right now, we definitely still posted your stuff because we're good like that.
We've been putting that up for the last 4 or 5 chats.
No, you're right, but we didn't say it out loud, and I don't know that they read all of the stuff. So just in case somebody's listening and not reading, we definitely put it up there.
come from both sides at different times. Some people think she pushes too hard in interviews. Others think she doesn't push hard enough. Honestly, that usually points to someone operating pretty close to the middle. She's widely viewed as a mainstream established.
Wait, hold on. I'm a statistician a little bit here, but like I don't mean to be like over whatever, but she says that some believe that she's too hard, others believe that she's not. So that means she's somewhere in the middle. I'm like, really? We don't know mean median mode. Wait,
think she pushes too hard in interviews. Others think she doesn't push hard enough. Honestly, that usually points to someone operating pretty close to the middle.
She said honestly, like as if she just like solved a math equation. She's like,
math is mathin'.
The math is mathin'. She's like, some are all the way to the one side, some are all the way to the other side. That means honestly, she said honestly, that means it's something in the middle. If you're ADHD, you know how differently your brain works before any diagnosis. It's not diagnosis to use lightly. So Northern Fights, I have one of the most severe cases of ADHD that my psychiatrist, who is board certified, he's like towards the end of his career, even like he's seen it all. And wait, Calista says, Lauren, you're brilliant. That's funny. Did you? Lauren, you're so smart, huh?
She's widely viewed as a mainstream established journalist, professional, measured, and controlled, not someone who builds a brand around outrage or controversy. And look, that doesn't mean that she never upset anyone before. Anyone interviewing politicians at that level will frustrate someone eventually. But
didn't she interview what was the politician's name? Lauren, the guy, the Mitt Romney or something? Or no, am I thinking of something?
Yes, no, she did. Yeah.
I almost feel like you could be like, and again, this is just in my opinion, allegedly. I almost feel like she could be saying this stuff about herself.
Yeah.
Again, it's that projection thing.
There's a big difference between momentary criticism and having real enemies. And there is no public reporting or evidence that Savannah has known threats, stalkers, or people fixated.
What did she say?
She said having real enemies, like, you know, she has real
Oh,
enemies
good catch.
and all that. Yeah.
She definitely said real enemies. I'll remind that.
Eventually. But there's a big difference between momentary criticism and having real enemies. And there is no public reporting or evidence that Savannah has known threats, stalkers, or people fixated on her in any dangerous way beyond what sadly comes with being a recognizable public figure.
Oh my God, you guys, did you just hear what she said?
Yep.
I literally feel like she could be allegedly projecting her own.
Yep. That's what's being said about both these videos that she put out.
Oh, and I'm not even being conceited, but I'm usually good at this stuff. And that's definitely, in my opinion, what we're seeing here.
There is no public reporting or evidence that Savannah has known threats, stalkers, or people fixated on her in any dangerous way beyond what sadly comes with being a recognizable public figure. Another thing about Savannah Guthrie is that she's very open about her Christian faith. She's written 2 books centered on her faith, mostly What God Does, as well as mostly What God Does Is Love You. And those books aren't political or controversial. They focus on grace, love, and faith through difficult moments in life. That's not the profile of someone out to stir people up. In an era where some news anchors are clearly partisan or openly ideological, Savannah has generally maintained a reputation for being fairly neutral in the stories she covers. And look, viewers might disagree with how an interview goes.
Pause it just a second.
Good.
So it? Are You Sunny Now says she is speaking about herself as though Savannah is Lauren. True. And then Bondage Bar says Savannah had a stalker a few years ago.
Really?
That's interesting. Yeah. I
Oh,
just happened to see
wow.
that chat. You know how I am about watching the chat. So it's like, I just happened to see those two together, and I was like, that is very interesting.
So my other question here is, if she's like convinced that Savannah has lived this like God, life, godly life, and like all these things, why even bring this up?
Agreed.
Like, what was the point of even saying any of this? Like, if you're gonna, like, what was the? Because I haven't heard it anywhere else. This is the only place I've heard it, and she'll say things like, other people are speculating online that, and it's like, but I haven't heard that anywhere else yet. So why even bring it up?
Yeah, I agree.
You know? All right, let's listen to more.
But she's not widely seen as injecting personal beliefs or agendas into her reporting. So while investigators are right to never rule anything out, there's nothing right now that suggests this was retaliation or a targeted attack connected to Savannah's career. And at this point, that theory lives more in the realm of understandable speculation rather than any solid evidence. And there are a few other theories people keep asking about as well. Some have wondered if this could be a ransom situation, right? Especially given that Savannah makes an estimated $8 million a year and has a net worth of around $40 million.
Wait, what? I told you I only got to watch like a few minutes.
Oh, God.
Wait, why did she just dox her money?
I don't know.
Especially,
I'm sure you can find it online.
wait, but it doesn't even matter. She's putting it out there. And my thing is, she, in front of the police officer that she had at Grayson's, come to Grayson's house, she literally says to the police officer that it's nobody's business about her YouTube analytics and what she makes.
Oh, I forgot about that.
I didn't. So what the hell does that mean? Like, why are you then doing it to somebody else? Like, that was more rhetorical. I didn't really, but like why would you then?
So dead on.
Like, why would you? Yeah, why would you call the police and say, that's not cool? Somebody's like putting out my analytics, and they told Grayson how much she made. I think it was.
Just did the same thing.
Yeah, I believe it was Lindsay. Lindsay, if in my opinion, is what she said. I think it was her old editor, and she winds up getting into her phone. She gets to it and then shares it with Grayson. So,
thanks for subbing, Kimberly.
What was it? Oh, yes, thank you. So let's see what else she has to say.
About as well, some have wondered if this could be a ransom situation, right? Especially given that Savannah makes an estimated $8 million a year and has a net worth of around $40 million. But if that were the case, investigators would typically expect some kind of contact by now, right? A demand, a message, something. Others have suggested this.
But wait, there was a ransom, right?
Yeah.
So
well, no, they haven't. I don't know. We have not heard there's a ransom amount.
Oh, amount. But isn't there a ransom note or no?
Well, what they sent was what you heard on TMZ.
Yeah, I was going to say, what was Harvey reading?
Calling it a ransom, though, but there's no. If there is a dollar amount on there, nobody has disclosed it yet. Put it that way. However, they do say they want it paid to Bitcoin, so there's got to be an amount on there. We just don't know it.
Gotcha. And my thing is, if you're doing Bitcoin, it's probably because it's harder to then track.
Is it?
Bitcoin?
I don't know shit about this. Bitcoin,
yeah, well, Bitcoin, remember what I said, that the reason I even had the $74 in Bitcoin, right? So, and there's a reason that people then did that, because it's harder to, it's not like giving like cash or giving like at your bank. It's literally like people would use that money for like the black market or whatever they call it, or what's the thing? The dark web it's called, like that. It's untraceable. There you go. Harlot said it. I couldn't think of the word I was looking for. Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah.
And then Harlot says that they did get a ransom letter. So wait, but this is my other thing, right? So even if, so let's say Lauren doesn't know that at this point, and she's just saying these things, she then just said again, but it da-da-da-da-da. So again, she's putting something out into the universe that she then 1 minute later says that she doesn't think it is. So why even put it out there?
I don't know.
It would be like me saying, like, imagine if I said, and it looks like, one thing could be that John cheats on Lauren, you know what I mean? And then be like, but John doesn't seem like the type of guy that would do that. So I don't think it's that. So it's like, but why would you put that out there? Like, and you guys, I was just making up a scenario. Like, how would she like it if somebody said something about her personal life and then was like, no, but it's probably not that. Like, I just don't like that it's even out there now in the universe, because that there's people out there now who weren't thinking it before, but now might be. And somebody else said something that was interesting, I thought too. Who was it? It was, Oh, I just saw it. It was about her Christianity.
Wait, hold on, Harlot. You're saying, because I knew about the ransom letter with TMZ. I think you dropped that on there. But then it said, she says the news about the ransom email came out today.
Oh, it did?
This video is from last night.
No, wait, I thought this one was 6.
broke it first.
Wait, this one is from 7 hours ago.
Yeah.
The one we watched. No, I'm saying this video here that we're watching right now is from 7 hours ago.
No, she's talking about the ransom letter that we watched earlier by TMZ.
Right, but that was out before this, right?
Yes.
Is my point. So, like, why aren't you up to date on the newest stuff? And I'm not even being disrespectful. I'm being dead ass. Like, if you're going to be like, the first thing I do before I come on here is to see if there's any updates that didn't happen for the hour or the half hour I was in the shower or whatever. Like, but I just make sure just in case.
Right. No, we knew the TMZ was out before this. We knew
but did she? Because look, listen to what.
I thought you meant us.
No, her. Listen to what she says.
Worth of around 40 million. But if that were the case, investigators would typically expect some kind of contact by now, right? A demand, a message, something. Others have suggested this could have been a robbery that went wrong.
So that's what she just said there. She was just saying that if they had a ransom, wouldn't they da-da-da? So my thing is that as of 7 hours ago, she didn't know that there was a ransom.
Yeah, you're right.
So, like, were you not doing, like, who does the updates to make sure?
Grayson?
Do you know what I mean? Like, maybe you should make sure. And again, I'm not even being, I'm just saying, like, if you want to be a reputable news outlet, like everybody else, I think that's why people were a little bit confused about that real quick. But that was only 7 hours ago. So let's see what else she has to say.
But police have not said the home appeared ransacked or that valuables were taken. In fact, Nancy's phone, wallet, and car were all still inside the house.
The car was inside the house. Listen to what she said.
Not said the home appeared ransacked or that valuables were taken. In fact, Nancy's phone, wallet, and car were all still inside the house.
Just in case someone didn't
Nancy's
hear.
phone, wallet, and car were all still inside the house. Again,
one more time, you guys.
Nancy's phone, wallet, and car were all still inside the house. Again, everything was there. Family allegedly looked for Nancy, as you recall, for an hour before calling 911.
Now,
So
that's interesting that they looked for her for an hour, and I'm like, now I'm being serious again. So, but didn't, like, I wonder if they didn't see, like, the blood out front?
Hella's in the chat.
Who is?
Hella.
Oh, hi, Hella. I didn't hear what you said. Trust me, I wasn't being like, Liz who? Like, who? I wasn't being like, Hella who? I was just like, I just didn't hear what you said. Hi, Hella. Hella, welcome in, Hella. Excited utterance.
About that. I haven't watched Hella today, so I have to watch her too.
I didn't get to watch anybody today yet, except for the few minutes right before here. Unbelievable. All right, let's see. Let's see what else she has to say.
Investigators or even family believe this was primarily about theft. We would likely hear that the scene reflected that. So far, they haven't said that. And honestly, looking at this from the outside, looking in, that's important context because it helps narrow what this might not be, even as police continue to work towards what it is. The FBI is now assisting in the investigation as well, bringing additional resources and expertise, especially in digital forensics, image analysis, and cell phone data. Meanwhile, Savannah Guthrie has remained off the Today Show and posted a deeply emotional message overnight asking for prayers.
That's so sad.
She wrote, "We believe in prayer. We believe in voices raised in unison, in love, in hope. We believe in goodness. We believe in humanity. Above all, we believe in Him. Thank you for lifting your prayers with ours for our beloved mom, our dearest Nancy, a woman of deep conviction, a good and faithful servant. Praise your prayers with us and believe with us that she will be lifted by them in this very moment. We need you. He will keep in perfect peace those whose hearts are steadfast, trusting in the Lord." A verse of Isaiah for all time, for all of us. And then Savannah.
That's so sad. That is so sad. I almost forgot to say this. I forget who it was in chat. Somebody asked something about Christianity, about like if Lauren, something. I need to go back and look for it.
Ended with this simple but heartbreaking plea: bring her home. On today's Today Show broadcast, anchors spoke about the case, and again, they confirmed that authorities believe Nancy was taken against her will. They said that while police are receiving tips, they still don't have a solid lead, which makes public help absolutely critical right now. Sheriff Nano said, it is a race against time. I hope that window hasn't closed. The Pima County Sheriff's Office gave a press conference today, Tuesday as well.
We have a lot of work in front of us. We have a job to do. And we have someone's life who is in jeopardy. And so job number one is we got to find her, and we got to work hard to do that. I understand there's great attention on this, and rightfully so. And I appreciate it, and I thank you for it, because it has generated a lot of leads for us. And so we're tracking those leads, and we're doing things with evidence that you would expect us to be doing.
Most importantly, Sheriff Nanos said that Nancy still hasn't been found. And while that's heartbreaking news, there is still hope. He mentioned that they're chasing a lot of leads, but didn't have any new updates to share. Then he handed things over to John Edwards, the assistant special agent from the Tucson.
He had nothing new to share.
Did you see what Harlan just wrote?
No,
the ransom note was released 8 hours ago, or 7 to 9 hours, and this was 7 hours ago, you said, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so she wasn't on top of her breaking news.
Right? Or is Harlot saying that maybe we should give her a break? Because
I don't know, Harlot, what are you saying?
And again, either way, maybe we give her, I don't know, but I don't know. I feel like they came out about the ransom note about 8 hours ago, but I feel like was it Brian and somebody was, I feel like they've been talking about it all day. But that could just be me, because it feels like it's the longest day in the world. So hold on, let me see what else they say.
FBI office who said a few words and answers in question. That includes analyzing cell phones, checking cell tower data, and conducting interviews. He emphasized that they're aggressively following every lead that comes in.
If you live in the area or saw something on Saturday night, the 31st of January, or Sunday morning, the 1st of February, please report it to the Pima County Sheriff's Department or the FBI at 1-800-CALL-FBI. Every lead and tip is important. We are aggressively pursuing and looking into every single one. Again, please help us bring Nancy Guthrie home. Thank you.
After that, the floor was open for questions from the media. Sheriff Nano still could not say whether this was a random act or something targeted. They just don't know yet and are looking for all possibilities.
Well, we have crime in Tucson all the time, right? Like any city. And so when you say a threat to the public, is there somebody out there who's kidnapping elderly people in the middle of the night every night? We've not heard that. We don't believe that's the case. We do believe that Nancy was taken from her home against her will, and that's where we're at.
He also has no idea if more than one person is involved. When a reporter asked if any demands had been made, he said they've had all kinds of leads that they're investigating.
You were asked if there was any ransom, and you didn't say no. You said we're following all leads. Does that mean a ransom has come in?
We're following all leads we have. That's all I can tell you. We've got hundreds of leads, and it's from you that produce those leads by telling people we need help.
Oh, well, that's so interesting. We were just talking about that, whether she would have known if there was a ransom or not. But I guess if she's going by this, and he's saying that we're looking at all leads, maybe she didn't know yet. I don't know.
Grateful for that. But I'm not going to get into all that.
So far, he added that while they've submitted everything to the camera company.
Oh my God, Lucy, I remember that when he knocked on BK's parents' door. Oh my God.
They have not been given any access.
I wish I had balls to do that stuff. Who was the one that found Lori Vallow and the Daybell guy in Hawaii?
Eaton, right?
It was him?
No, it's Eaton.
Brian Eaton. Oh.
Nathan Eaton, right?
No, Nathan. Nate. Was it Nate? Does anybody remember who's the one?
Nate Eaton.
That's the one. So it's Nate Eaton and Brian Eaton?
Yes.
I gotcha. Well, not for nothing, you guys. They're both better than Richard Wacker. Remember, we were talking about that the other day, and Richard Burns.
Oh, yeah.
You guys, they at one of the universities I'm at, they literally named their brand new stadium that they spent millions of dollars on, Richard Wacker Stadium. Literally, it's called Dick Wacker. Who does that? Dick Wacker Stadium. Like, where's the game tonight? Oh, we're going to Dick Wacker's.
That's awesome.
I can't. Like, what is, like, don't they have somebody that, like, works there that's like, yeah, I don't know. Somebody might say da-da-da. Like, there's nobody there. Like, there was no other person that donated that you could have named it after. I don't know.
Video footage yet. And one reporter pointed out that the camera on the front of the house is missing. And the sheriff said that they're actually looking into whether the perpetrator
Cockburn sound. That's so funny.
Purposefully took the camera. After a few more questions, the sheriff said they'll give another update on Thursday, unless, of course, something major happens before then. And if something does, you can count on Hidden True Crime to bring you all the latest verified updates. We do have one more development to share coming in just now this Tuesday from TMZ, but I want to be very clear.
There you go. Got to give her credit. I always say that I'll give credit where credit's due. She definitely just said we are getting information now about TMZ.
That this is still highly speculative and could ultimately turn out to be a hoax. That being said, TMZ reports on Tuesday they were sent a letter within the last few hours claiming to be from the person responsible for taking Nancy Guthrie. The message demands a large sum of Bitcoin be sent to a specific Bitcoin address. It includes a deadline along with a warning about potential consequences if those demands are not met. The letter also references damage to an item inside Nancy's home.
Actually, somebody in chat just said it a little bit ago. Somebody in chat said that as of a couple of minutes ago. Let's see.
Amount and threatened harm.
Oh my God, where was it? Oh, somebody earlier, remember when I said about the Christianity thing? I think they reposted it. So it's, how do I say that? Rue Sunny now? Are you Sunny now? Oh my God. Oh my God, straight A stupid I am. All right, so Are You Sunny Now says, I thought Lauren could have been suggesting that this had to do with Savannah being vocal about her Christianity. It's a stretch. I don't know. And then Calissa says, Lauren seems almost jealous. Like, I really think she would be loving the attention if it happened. Oh my God, God forbid. Oh, God forbid. Right? Oh, that would be terrible. What else do we have? Oh, What Are You Saying's here. Hi, What Are You Saying? She just can't help herself. Oh, that was, I think this was back that I'm reading was back when she was talking about how it could have been something that Savannah did, which I think was egregious.
As well as something she was wearing, which appears to be an attempt to establish credibility. By giving details that would not be.
Yes. Oh no, I didn't get it on video. Wait, ready? Dun, 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 dun.
It's showing.
There we go. No, I mean, I didn't get me dancing on there, but I was dancing. I didn't have my camera on, but I was definitely dancing Northern Fights. Northern Fights says, in honor of Hella in the house. Yes. What's up, Hella? Yeah, this poor woman.
Just
that is
drop me and let Hella come up. Drop me. Drop me like a hot potato.
No, I don't know if Hella wants to come up. Hella, you want to come up, Hella, and talk to us? Do you know anything about this? Because
she knows everything.
Hella knows everything. There you go.
Everything.
I love to hear that. Well, let's find out.
I love watching.
I used to hate, not hate, but like I would be like, oh my God, like when I would hear people in chat be like, or then the creator would be like, Dr. Vona, do you want to come up? And I'd be like, oh my gosh, because I'd always thought that I had to keep my camera on, and I never realized that I didn't have to keep my camera on every time.
No, I can't right now, but I'm clipping that Hella knows everything.
You should. Hella knows everything. Look, Hella, I'll do it even better for you. Ready? Let's see, where are we at? Hella knows everything, you guys. Everything. Go to Excited Utterance.
She knows it all.
She knows it all. Go to Excited Utterance and give her a shout out, okay? Because we like her over here. I don't know. I think you were away for a second. Oh, I didn't finish it. We love her here at the Minds Behind True Crime with Dr. Vona.
Oh my God, we do. Yeah.
But when you were away for a second, I said to everybody that I want to do a members only live soon, because I might want to change the name to like,
what?
Yeah, I feel like it's too much of like a blah, 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 blah. Like, wouldn't it just be easier if we did like behavior breakdown? Like, I don't even have it as any of my tag things. I'm not saying I'm gonna. I'm just saying I'm thinking about it. I don't know.
Vote.
Maybe I will. Let's all talk about it. All right, let's see. Let's put this back on because she's a lot prettier than me. There we go.
Oh, please.
Who? Please, Nancy? Oh my gosh, I wasn't talking about Lauren. She's beautiful too, but I meant Nancy when I said that. I was not just throwing shade. I just meant that I meant Nancy. not
I
Lauren.
know, but look how sweet she is.
Isn't she so amazing, right? I feel like, but could you guys, like, and I don't want to say, can you imagine? Because that's all we're doing here, right? Is imagining. But like, could you imagine, like, just the sheer panic? Like, I don't think anybody really thinks about like their 84-year-old mother getting abducted. Like, that's just heartbreaking to me. So for whatever reason it was, whether they thought, for whatever reason it is, I would hope to God that none of the children ever feel responsible in any way, because that's something that they then have to live with. Like, talk about trauma. This is already going to be traumatic to then think that maybe something, you know what I mean? So I don't like that it was put out there, you know what I mean, by Lauren, just even surmising it. And again, a big part of it is because she has 100 and we're up to what, 317,000 now followers they have. So it's like, I feel like you have a responsibility at that point to do it different. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So, hey, let me ask this question real quick. I don't know if anybody in Hella may know. Did she have a caregiver? Like, was she living alone in that big house except for when her family was there?
From what I was able to gather, she was
independent, right?
Well, she was living alone, but she did have, I guess, people that came in. So like it sounded like a home health aid type thing. Mm-hmm. So, but not necessarily.
I didn't catch today.
Yeah, I definitely heard that on one of these, but it definitely wasn't. They didn't make it sound like anybody lived there. But that, like, she had people come in, I guess, like, you know how they do during the day sometimes to check in and stuff. So I'm wondering. I don't know.
I know.
Oh, yeah, right, Margie? It makes Margie want to push her mom to get an alarm service.
I know. My parents, I'm dying for them to get the fall alert things, and I'm having a hard time convincing them. My mom doesn't believe she can't hear, and my mom can't hear. She can't hear. She doesn't believe it.
My mom has the alarm that it like calls the police and they show up every single time, and she set it off a few times already that there was nothing wrong. And then there was one time that she called my husband. She thought that she was getting robbed, and she called Ryan as if he was like, I was like, Mom, like, if you're really getting robbed, like, what the hell do you want Ryan to do? Like, we need to call 911. Like, but Ryan thought nothing of it. He jumped up, he put his shoes on, ran out of the house, and he was already on his way. And I'm like, Mom, just stay on the phone with me. And you could hear like this horrible noise in the background. It was like 3 a.m. And you guys, my mom's going to kill me, but she'll never hear this. So I have to share. Ready? Story time. Do you guys want to hear what happened? So Ryan was almost there. She only lives a few minutes away. And I was listening. I was like, Mom. And she was like, what? And I was like, you don't have a vibrator in a drawer, do you? I was like, that legit sounds like there's a vibrator. And like, I think I was trying to make her laugh, like, just because she was like so nervous. And all of a sudden I heard it getting closer and closer. And then I heard her giggle and I heard it stop. And I was like, ugh. I was like, oh my God, let me call Ryan. And she just started giggling. She was like, ah. And I was,
It really was?
Yes.
Oh my God, I love your mom.
Yes, it was. And she was hysterical. So now Ryan never lets her live it down. He'll be like, mother-in-law, why don't you tell people it was in the top of your drawer? She'll be like, shut up, Ryan. Yep. Yeah.
Hey, look.
Right? It could have been worse. But I was like, clearly you're not using it enough that you didn't know what the sound was. So like, maybe you should, do you know what I mean? Like I not that I, whatever, but I heard and I was like, I was literally trying to, cause it sounded like a jackhammer. I was like, and I'm like, I'm just trying to like make her laugh at the time. And then I heard it get closer and then I heard her giggle and I heard it go off. And I was like, oh my God, Mom. It was so funny.
Okay. Now I had to tell one really fast. So
yeah, go ahead.
One of my best friends that I worked with, her daughter locked herself out of her house and she was a latchkey kid. And so Kelly she was my employee. And so she goes, oh my God, I can't leave right now in the middle of something. Can you go home and help Leah get the house? I'm like, yeah. So she goes, my window's unlocked, but she's not telling us to climb in it. So I go to her house, literally. I climb in her window, which goes right onto her bed. And all of a sudden I hear this like really loud, like vibrating sound, like vibrating against wood or something. Girl, she had a plug-in vibrator.
Oh no.
It was plugged into the wall. And I said, you're using that? I was like,
Oh my God. Could you imagine? Oh my God. I said, could you imagine? Meanwhile, you're telling the story. Oh my gosh. That's crazy.
Yeah, I was like, girl, unplug that thing, get an updated one.
Seriously. But that was a great story. I hope my mom does hear that someday. She will kill me though, but she would laugh. She's good like that. But Ryan never lets her live it down. Like if she's even getting like a little bit annoying.
I love it.
Well, if she gets like even a little bit annoying, like he'll be like, mother-in-law, you don't want me to tell everybody about what was in your top drawer. She'll be like, Ryan, stop it.
It's story time.
Oh my God. She's crazy, that woman. All right. So let's pull this back. I felt like I had to pull that down while we were talking about that. I was like, oh, I don't want this woman's face up there while we're talking about that. So I pulled it.
Kidding, right? Yeah.
Oh, God forbid. So here we go. So we're back. Let's hear a little bit more. It's almost over.
Publicly known. TMZ says they have confirmed that the Bitcoin address itself is real and have turned the letter over to the Pima County Sheriff's Office. Take a listen.
So something happened here just a few minutes ago. We received an email at TMZ from somebody purporting to basically issue a ransom demand.
Wait, with the thing right there. I can't believe he didn't think to cover that.
I'm not going to read this, but the top line to it is that they are asking for money, a lot. They are asking for it in the form of Bitcoin, and they are putting an or else on this.
Right.
Now, they also say they do two things.
You don't want that number.
Right. They say two things. They say that that there is an address, a Bitcoin address that that they could send this money to, and then they give a description of something that Savannah's mother was wearing at the time of the abduction and a damaged item in the house.
Both things are clearly mentioned because they want to.
The damaged item in the house is probably the most alarming for me because somebody who probably wasn't, I mean, they probably don't know what mom was wearing to bed. Do you know what I mean? But if there's a damaged item in the house, I mean, you would have to know about that, right?
Yeah, and I don't know, and I'm speculating, but that could have been from a struggle, you know? I mean, I just think about that poor woman. God bless her heart.
That's so sad.
It is
to
terrible.
Prove that they're legit. That
So
they have information about something that happened in the house. We don't know. Don't know if that is accurate.
We have called the sheriff's department.
Oh,
We've
good.
made
That's
multiple
good.
calls, spoken with the detective unit. We have passed on this email. We don't know whether this is legit or not. But I will say, this happens from time to time where a media outlet gets something like this. So just in due diligence,
One thing we should
have to
say.
be taken very, very seriously. Go ahead, Charles.
Yeah,
Sorry.
the one thing we should say is that we have confirmed it. At least the Bitcoin address that they've included in this email is legit.
Right. And the authorities will have to take this very seriously. This is
Oh, I'm sure they are.
a piece of material evidence that has been turned over. They think an abduction happened. They have found substances in the house. The detective walked back a little bit. The sheriff walked back the blood idea. They said that things have been gathered and they are testing those substances. But he did clarify that this is a very open and active investigation, so we'll have to see what happens.
So we will let you know. But right now, again, all we're doing is we've sent this on to detectives and.
By any of this, but still TMZ is reporting this as of Tuesday. We wanted to share this. The Pima County Sheriff's Department is offering a reward of up to $2,500 for information leading to any arrest.
Thank you,
and they are
ma'am.
urging anyone with footage, sightings, or even a gut feeling that something wasn't right to come forward, because at this point, this case is more. It's so much more than online speculation, online theories. It's about finding an 84-year-old woman who was taken from her home in the middle of the night, a grandmother, someone who needs medication and care, someone whose family loves and misses her. This case is about holding on to hope, any hope that she can return safely. If you know anything at all.
Yeah, that's so sad. If you know anything at all, I'm sure she's going to say to call the authorities.
Yeah, and it's up on Discord too, how you can get in touch with them.
Oh, look at you. And you guys, if you're on here and you don't know yet, Cuff You.
And Harlot.
And
all that
Harlot.
help too, yeah.
And Harlot and everybody else. But you're the one. Yes, there you go. I'm glad that we are giving everybody that deserves it credit. However, you're the one that put everything together, so nobody would be able to upload anything if you didn't start it.
Oh,
So,
I don't know. Everybody can upload.
well, I appreciate you having that and for you, looking at that. But just so you guys know, you don't have to be, you don't have to pay to be a member. You can go join our Discord. And just so that you know, we have many cases up there. And the information is like top notch and it's like so up to date. So if anybody,
I think Casey was the one that recommended that I put this up and I read it. I'm like, oh yeah, this is going up immediately. So.
Oh, what about this case?
Stewart's a new one too.
Yeah, that's sad. So, does anybody have any questions about anything? Frank Sinatra's son was returned unharmed. Oh, there you go.
Is so bad.
I hope she's unharmed as well. The thing that scares me, unfortunately, her medicine. I don't know what it's for, or you know.
I don't either. Yeah.
So then we don't really know what could happen if you don't take it. But like I know all of my siblings take thyroid medicine that they have to take every day because they've all had thyroid cancer. I'm the only one, you guys, touch wood. But that's like the active joke. I'm one of 4, and my dad died of thyroid cancer, but my siblings all have thyroid cancer. My nieces had thyroid cancer. I'm literally like the only one, touch wood, but they're all like, we told you mom liked you most. Because,
but you get checked all the time, I'm assuming, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
good, because we need you.
Oh, I appreciate that. I do get checked. Let's see. Sorry, I just jumped on and saw the number, took an SS and edited it, flipped it, and then Googled it. And how are you going to keep us hanging like that? ... Right? How are you going to hang me like that? So wait, so Michelle saw the number, took a screenshot and edited it, and then flipped it, and then Googled. Oh yeah, we need the update. What's happening? Tell us what happened.
Yeah.
I already sent it. To who? Oh, Pima County. Oh, it's the Pima County's.
Good for you.
Oh, wait, what? So you think you know, like you figured out the number? Was I close? But that was so cool. So you sent it over.
Yeah, the Pima County Sheriff's Department link is also on Discord too.
Oh, look at you. I did show it on stream. I don't know why it's not going up there. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, there it goes.
And their X account's on there too.
I appreciate that. So, okay, so, well, she told us how she did it. So I think what she's saying is that she's not trying to dox anybody on here, which I actually appreciate. So thank you for not doing that. But she literally told us how she did it. So if anybody wanted to do it, all you would have to do is.
Do what Michelle did.
Yeah, just take a screenshot, edit it, flip it, and then Google it.
Mama Sloth here. I love
So,
Michelle.
What did she say?
Mama Sloth.
Oh, Mama Sloth. Yeah, right. Sleuth. Michelle, let me ask you a question. I don't want you to dox anybody, but was it, like we said in Pima County, like, was that the zip code? That's not doxing anyone. Oh, they probably just wrote the number down of who they sent it to.
What are you saying? I totally agree with you.
What?
She said, does she know how to say anything original, or does she just parrot? She offers absolutely nothing, not one thing I can't stand her.
Well, you guys, we're being nice on here. Don't let anybody be able to cut anything from here and put it up as if we like host. Do you know what I mean? Just because.
Yeah, but people have their opinions.
Oh, yeah. People are allowed to have your opinions. Write it all day long. I'll read them. And trust me, I still read them. I just don't read them out loud. I just don't want somebody to like.
I'm sorry.
No, it's not you. I already read like 12 things already that I should have haven't read out loud. So like, I'm not saying you. I do it all the time. I say shit that I shouldn't say that I don't mean to. But again, that's the whole beauty of live stream, is that it happens live and you just never know what's going to happen.
Okay, so Harlot was the one that turned us on to this case.
Okay.
Thank you, Harlot.
Thank you, Harlot. Look at that. Teamwork, you guys.
Yeah.
Who is Steve before I hang up?
I don't know.
Oh, so Kylie said maybe Sheriff Pima County number. Oh, is that?
Oh, it might have been they wrote it on there. Well, I want to show that.
So I think I misunderstood. I think what she's saying is that, were you saying that it's the Pima County's phone number, the one for the sheriff's office? Yeah. It says maybe Sheriff Pima County number.
That would be on their X account. I can look real quick.
Okay.
Maybe. Let me see.
Wait, who's Ashley Stewart? Please.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Ashley Stewart, her ex-husband, another ex-husband, killed her. And they have him on video. He's already been arrested. He's huge, too. And they had him on video, like, stalking around the house. And then they arrested him now. He is being charged. He's already been charged.
Oh. Did he do it?
And it just happened.
Oh.
January 27th? I think Casey may have broke that one to us. I'm not sure.
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
Or maybe it was Harlot again. Harlot's on top of stuff, man.
Harlot, you are the best, Harlot. Oh, it was the Pima County Sheriff's number. Well, that's actually good to know. So that means that TMZ didn't accidentally dox anybody either.
Right.
Right? Because that would be the number that you would want people to call if they... Oh, thank you for sleuthing that out for us. So you guys,
no kidding.
That was the Pima County Sheriff's Office. Just in case anybody wants to know what the number was, we found it over here on the Minds Behind True Crime with Dr. Vona. Where wait, ready? Where all the crazies are welcome.
Yes.
We were called crazies last night, you guys. So,
we are.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, I don't want anybody to think that I'm calling them crazy. I own it, though. I am a proud dysfunctional. Like, what do I always say? We put the fun in dysfunction. I'm, like, okay with that. I teach abnormal psychology. You have to be a little bit abnormal.
Do you know I took every psych class, like psychology, sociology, abnormal psych, child psych. I took all that crap in college. Like, and I didn't have to. I just did it.
That's amazing. I love to hear that. I love when students do that. Nowadays, you have to, for core classes, you have to take intro and developmental. But the rest of them...
Yeah, I had to take it for nursing, but I didn't have to take all the ones I took.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. For, like, in like any program now, though, like, they made it core classes. So where before psychology was more of, like, a class that you would take as one of your elective classes, now it's a core class for everyone. So everybody has to take it no matter what their major is, which I think is smart.
I do, too.
You know what I mean? I'm a rabbit hole girl. I love to research.
Harlot says, I'm a little abnormal. We are all on this channel a little abnormal.
Yes. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong.
In a serious way. Right.
Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with it anyway. Who isn't? About 50% of adults will be diagnosed with at least one psychological disorder in their lifetime. So you have a 50-50 shot. So you know what I mean? So chances are you have a 50-50 shot that the people in here right now, that everybody in here right now has been diagnosed with something at some point. So
I have a list.
Well, that's the other thing, right? So when you're diagnosed with one thing, you're often diagnosed with more than one thing. So that's comorbidity. But my point being is that the crazies are all welcome here, and that you are being led by one of the biggest crazies of all. And I totally own it. I'm good with it. It's all good.
Normal is boring. Normal is boring.
Yes, it is, right? Normal is boring. And just think about it. If we didn't have some of us on here with like ADHD, we wouldn't get so much done. Like, there's so much that's underrated, you guys. ADHD ain't that bad. I'm just joking. You know I'm literally joking in case anybody's watching.
I think you said you did this, Dr. Vona, one time. I think you said you did it. But so you can take somebody's transcript from their live, like the transcript, and drop it into GPT chat, and it'll tell you if it's AI.
This is the problem with that, though. Let me tell you. So right now in college and universities in the United States, most of us, and I don't know that I really should be telling everybody this, but most of us aren't even allowed to completely accuse somebody of AI yet, just because. So like we have like Turnitin, we have all these like AI detectors. However, they're not. Yes.
Sorry, I just saw Truth.
Well, she just texted me and I loved her picture and told her we were live. Truth, I'm sorry. I should have probably texted you. Whoops. Or you should probably have, let me be a narcissist and say you should have probably had your notifications on. So that's why you're not here. I'm just joking. I should have texted you. I apologize. I do apologize. Let's see. My husband has been doing chemo infusions every 3 weeks for a year. I feel crazy more than half the time. Oh, I'm so sorry, Margie. That sucks. That sucks, right?
That's hard.
It is. Especially because then...
Margie, so is it true? Do you feel like... This is a random question.
Okay.
So my dad had prostate cancer, and we always said that we felt like our family had cancer. Is that how it feels to you too? Because it's like when a person that you love gets cancer, it's like the whole family has it with them because they love them so much. It's so hard.
Yeah, absolutely. That's true. And Elizabeth Kubler-Ross did the 5 stages of death and dying. And what we found from that too is that it's not just for the person that goes through the actual, diagnosis. It's also for their loved ones because they go through just as much. Everybody usually goes through that stage of denial, and then everybody usually goes through the stages of anger. So
my dad was so scared.
It really, I have to let the dog is literally barking. Let me just let the dog in real quick. Will you just talk to people for 1 sec? I literally take me 10 seconds.
Yeah.
All right. You're
Thor?
Yes, Thor. It's always
Thor. Wait, what did you say, Margaret? It does suck. My brain definitely isn't working right. Yeah, I know. It's hard. My dad was real fortunate because they caught him super, super early. But what's really weird, my dad was 47 when it happened, and his twin brother went and got tested just to make sure, and he had it too at the same time.
Well,
he had two.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But thank God the brother went. And did the brother catch it early?
Yeah, they both did.
See, that's amazing. So that's what happened to my dad. And my dad always said, my dad died at 63, which sucks. But he said that he's happy though that he got diagnosed because if he didn't, all of my siblings had thyroid cancer. So all of us went and got, but he lived long enough. He's actually one of the cases at University of Penn. They tried like all new drugs and he lived 8 years longer than the other. Yeah. So, I mean, they stretched it for him. So that was good. And he didn't like live where he was suffering the whole time. So that was good too.
Yeah.
But if he didn't get diagnosed when he did, it was like symptomless. So my siblings might not have even been diagnosed right now type thing. And then who knows what stage it would have been in by the time they caught it. So, and my nieces already, they had it too. So it's just crazy. Yeah, 63 is way too young. However, my husband's mom died at 48 of breast cancer.
Wow.
Everybody in my neighborhood died of cancer. We have like chemical plants around me.
So do I. Like literally, like if it blows up, I'm dead. Like that's how close I am.
We wouldn't be that lucky.
My whole family worked out there their whole lives. Like my dad retired from out there. It's like literally less than a mile and a half from my house. So
when we first got married, Ryan was offered a job at Roman Haas. That's like the chemical plant around here. Our parents used to tell us that it was a cloud maker because there would always be like smoke coming out and we would be like, what is that? And they would be like, oh, it's a cloud maker. And then we both grew up and we're like, wait, they don't make clouds there? Like, what's happening? Anyway, he got offered a job there. And I was like, Ryan, aren't you going to take it or whatever? And he's like, do you want a kid with like 3 eyeballs or whatever? And I'm like, oh, stop. So then he doesn't take the job. And then Gianna's born with 3 toes. I was like, there you go. That's God making right? So we laugh about that all the time. And I wouldn't turn her in for the world. She's amazing.
Yes, she is.
Yes. And she's got such a bright outlook on life and she's going to do amazing things. My daughter is amazing. She's had like 30 surgeries, 4 limb lengthenings that are like a year long each. She's awesome now. But for 4 years, actually it was longer than that. For 4 years, I was in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and Delaware 3 times a week, like all 3 states in one day, 3 times a week for a year.
Wow,
and I did that 4 times.
Look at all the people talking about their family members that died young.
It's horrible.
It's bad.
Your stepdaughter, 17.
And then I love your handle, by the way. But are you saying her husband died at 63?
Oh.
It's terrible, y'all. Cancer's awful. It's just awful.
Yeah. Cancer can go F itself.
Yeah, no kidding, right?
Oh, I'm sorry, you guys. I can't believe that. But no kid. Like, that to me is just heartbreaking on so many levels. Like, it's bad enough that my dad died at 63 or that Guthrie Sang's husband died at 63 or even my husband's, mother dying at 48. But 17?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. That's such a bad, you 2 bad actors is here. You 2 bad actors. We were talking about how the crazies are welcome here. Well, actually, let me be honest. Truth caught you. Yes.
Your
Thank you.
tagline.
Yes, Truth caught it, and after we were done, we were all still talking on the chat, and Truth saw it and took a screenshot and sent it to me. So we're going with that. Why not just embrace it, right? You two bad actors. And I told everybody that it was all you. So there you go. The crazies are a welcome. Okay? Thanks to you two bad actors' suggestion.
Yeah.
Crazy Town. Yes, hashtag Crazy Town, you guys.
There's a really scary horror movie called The Crazies.
Is there?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's scary. Oh, you lost your dad in 2000. He was 59. And then both oh my God.
Hey.
Your little brother was murdered at 39. I'm so sorry.
Wait, Casey, what?
What did Casey say?
Do you have a child with cancer? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, Casey, what?
Sorry, your third down was 14 now. Just
Yeah, that sounds like it. She was 11 when diagnosed and started treatment.
Oh
my God, you guys, look at all the people in here writing.
Yeah.
Jane Doe, oh my God, all of you. Wow.
See? It's insane. I mean, I'm going to tell you, the plant that I live close to, you guys, it's so bad that and we don't know what it is, and there's all kinds of stuff going on about it. But anyway, so you know how you get pollen on your car, like in the spring, and come out your car's yellow?
Yeah.
We get like a dust that settles on our cars from the plant out there.
Oh, yeah, ours isn't even that bad.
Yeah, it's bad.
Oh, you two bad actors, that's who I was talking to. It's Cuff You.
Oh, yeah.
She came later, so she didn't know. No, she's not mine. She's my best friend's daughter. That is so hard.
Oh, it is hard.
That is so hard. Hopefully she's okay. My daughter, Ava, she's the vice president of her class or whatever, all 4 years. And this year, like all 4 years too, she also did this thing called Thon. They have it. I don't know if they do it other places. I know they do it at Penn State. For 24 hours at Penn State, you stand, so you can't sit. The only time you can sit is to go to the bathroom, and that's it. You have to stand the rest of the time for 24 hours. Well, her high school wanted to do it. They started it like years ago, but because of the laws, they're not allowed to have the kids that are under 18 stand for 24 hours. So they were allowed to do 12 hours. So both of my daughters did it all 4 years, but Ava is captain of it. And for the past 4 years has been like raising the money herself. Like she put so much work into it. And all 4 years they raised over $250,000.
Wow.
Yeah. For pediatric cancer. And my niece like spoke at it a few times, and every year it's so cute. They put my niece's like name up with a big banner, and it's amazing. But they always have like kids there, and it's for pediatric cancer, so obviously they're gonna have kids there. But they always have kids there, like but the problem is like you'll see you'll see like a family go up on stage, and if they don't have a kid, you're like, oh, give me the tissue. Like if you don't see the kids with them, you're like, oh no, like. Yeah, but then you'll see like somebody come up and there's like a little kid there with like a banner on or something, and you're like, oh, this will be a good one because we know they're still like, but it's so sad, the whole thing. It's
so
crazy.
Birdie and YouTube bad actor said hey to me. That's so
Oh wait,
sweet,
Lucy
guys.
said Addie has breaking news on the case.
Wait, okay.
All right, I'm all ears, Addie. Hey Birdie. Hey Margie. Oh yeah, I want to hear what Addie has to say.
Me too.
Addie has breaking news.
Birdie, I love your drawl, cuz.
So I love all of my YouTube friends for some reason. You all have Southern accents.
I'm from Pensacola, Florida, and 45 miles from the Alabama line.
Oh, that's why you sound like Truth. It's funny because you two, I swear to God, you guys have like a similar accent, but they're also very different. It's so weird. I can't even explain it, but I could like say the same sentence in my head in your voice and in her voice. And in Sarah's voice. Sarah has an accent too.
Wait, Addie, what do you mean, oh, well, I tried? What do you
Yeah, Addie, we're listening. We're waiting for you to write.
Yeah.
And thank you, Lucy Day, because I don't know what it is, you guys. Just so you know, this is a great example of how we don't always see every single message. For some reason, like I'm literally, you see me looking down, you guys, I'm reading the chat. Oh wait, Addie posted it. Wait, what is son-in-law?
Like, whose husband?
What?
Stunning new twist. Savannah's sister's car seized camera smashed Miss Nancy Guthrie off Ashley Bandfield 19 minutes ago.
Oh, we have to watch Ashley Banfield.
Yeah. We gotta watch it.
Meanwhile, I was just about to hang up, so thank you for telling me. I thought we were like done. Oh, wow. Holy shit. What?
Savannah's sister's car seized. Camera smashed. Yeah, can you find it?
Yeah, I'm getting it on Ashley Banfield.
Oh my God. So you were talking about earlier, y'all. Remember we said there's something crazy going to be in this case? Maybe it.
Oh, wait, here we go. Let's see. No, that's 1 day ago. Hold on. 4 hours ago. 22 minutes ago. Oh, I got it. 22 minutes ago. I got it. All right, let me just share it. Let me share.
Thanks, Addie.
Yes, Addie. Thank you, Addie.
If you're not in Discord, we need you in there now, please.
Yeah, right, Addie?
Hey, everyone. I'm Ashley Banfield, and this is Drop Dead Serious. I have some breaking information on the kidnapping of Nancy Guthrie, Savannah Guthrie's mother in Tucson, Arizona. I have spoken with an impeccable law enforcement source who has informed me, with his knowledge of the investigation, of some extraordinarily serious pieces of information about this crime scene. I can tell you that Mrs. Guthrie had cameras, plural, at this home, and that they were smashed. You may have heard Brian Enton from News Nation talking earlier and asking Sheriff Chris Nanos a question in the news conference. And again, today I'm recording on February the 3rd. It's a Tuesday. The press conference that was early in the day, Brian asked the sheriff, the camera on the front of the house is missing. And the sheriff said, we are trying to get into the companies that, are proprietors of this kind of cloud information to get that, and said by today he did not have that information, did not have whatever was recorded. But I can tell you they are Nest cameras. They are Nest cameras, plural, and that whoever did this may have smashed those cameras, plural. So they're not there, presumably because law enforcement took those smashed cameras as evidence. I can also tell you I've got information about which door in the house was actually left open. There's been some erroneous reporting about some things. I now have the information about that. I can tell you about blood in the house. I can confirm. Brian Enton has some incredible reporting and pictures of blood outside the house. He's going to join me in a moment. We're going to talk about that. I can also tell you whose car has been towed into evidence. And I can tell you that there is a family member who is being heavily looked at right now as a potential suspect. I'm going to bring that all to you in a moment. There's more information about Nancy's pacemaker. You probably have heard up until now that Nancy Guthrie had a pacemaker and it disconnected from her Apple devices, her Apple Watch, her Apple phone, which were left in the home at about 2 o'clock in the morning. And that is a significant time. And I will tell you why, that it is extraordinarily instructive to this investigation in terms of narrowing to a window. I'll explain why in a moment. Don't think that the pacemaker stopped working because she died. That's not it. The separation of Bluetooth between the things that the pacemaker was linked to, the Apple Watch and the phone. When they get out of range, you take your AirPods, you walk out, you leave an air tag behind, you get a notice, you're disconnected. That's more what this is about, but the timing of it is specific to narrow down the investigative window. So I'm going to get into all the details of all of these little pieces of information that I told you because I've just touched the tip of the iceberg, but I also want to get and he's going to be up in just a moment with me. We're going to talk about all his findings. So John Edwards is the assistant special agent in charge of the FBI in Tucson. He joined Sheriff Chris Nanos for the news conference today. Again, it's February 3rd, Tuesday. They held this update, but they didn't give a lot of information. They just said, basically, this is to answer your questions in the press. And I can tell you that we found out this is not a gated community. Okay, that was one report that came out. It's not a gated community. It's also very dark and there are no streetlights. So very hard to see anything that might have been driving up and down those roads. The properties are huge, right? They're anywhere between 1 and 4 acres each. So more rural, don't think city, lit up, neighbor to neighbor sees everything. Your ring cam can see the street. It's not like that. Not everybody's ring cam can actually see the street from where they are on these big properties. The sheriff today said Nancy Guthrie's life is in jeopardy. Could be a couple of reasons he said that. Number one, medications were left behind in the home, medications that she would need within 24 hours could be fatal, and it's now 72 hours since the last time she was seen. So that could be why he said her life's in jeopardy. Or he could have said it because I now have definitive source information saying that there was in fact blood inside and outside the home. So blood inside the home is scary because we now know she was taken against her will. Kidnapped was what the sheriff told me last night when I did my episode before. So blood inside the home, kidnapped forcefully, taken forcefully. That could probably be part of the reason why her life is in jeopardy. And Brian Enton's going to show you the pictures of the blood outside the home that he discovered today as well. The media has helped generate a lot of leads, the sheriff said. That's really important. He said, if you've got any information, 1-800-CALL-FBI. 1-800-CALL-FBI. If you know anything, even if it's tiny, the tiniest thing can lead to the biggest thing. The sheriff has said it's been helpful. They do not know what she was wearing when she was abducted, when she was kidnapped and taken from that home. They don't know if there were one or more kidnappers. Any indications she's still alive? Sheriff said, no idea. Can't tell you that. Is there a threat to the public? We were a little confused by the answer before. I think what he was trying to say was that we feel like this is an unusual circumstance. We don't think that this is going to be a serial kidnapping or whatever else has happened to Mrs. Guthrie, but there's someone out there that did this. So yeah, the threat is out there. He's not going to go as far as they did in Idaho early on and say there's no threat to the public, because Brian Koberger was out there for, over 6 weeks and he's a threat to the public, but it didn't feel like that. It didn't feel like there was no threat. It didn't feel like there was a big threat. So take that the way you will. Were there any valuables taken, ATM cards? Sheriff would not say. Sheriff wouldn't say was there forced entry. I can tell you definitively there was absolutely forced entry. The pacemaker information, they didn't want to talk a lot about it, but I will tell you, my reporting, my source says that the 2 a.m. separation, when the pacemaker stopped responding to the devices it was connected to, the Apple phone, the Apple Watch, that is the time they are narrowing down this kidnapping to. Yes, she was last seen at 9:45, but the kidnapping, they are pegging it to that moment, because that is when the pacemaker that's inside the girl, the woman, the elderly mother who was taken out of that house, it's separated. And so that is what they are now narrowing the disappearance time down to, according to my law enforcement source with knowledge of this investigation. Pacemaker separates 2 a.m. That's when they believe the actual kidnapping happened. The house was turned back over to the family yesterday after 6 p.m. Again, that would be Monday, February 2nd. They processed everything. Crime scene tape went up, done with the residents, turned back over to the family, but nobody washed the blood off the front steps up to the front door. And Brian Enton was able to go up and look at it because it's not a crime scene anymore. You're going to talk to Brian in a moment about that. I think I mentioned this before, but if I didn't, they are waiting for the camera information and very frustrated. The police are very frustrated by how long it's taking to get the Nest company. I learned that it is a Nest company. It's not Ring Cams, it's not Ring.com. It's Nest cameras that were out front that were smashed. They are waiting for the corporate Nest executives to yield that information back to the sheriff. Listen, 72 hours. It's been a long time. I can understand why the sheriff would be frustrated that it's taking this long. This was at, again, 1:30 today. It's about 7 hours ago. So that might have happened in the last 7 hours. Maybe the sheriff has that camera information now. And with those cameras being smashed, right? That's evidence. All of that is evidence, right? What was the tool used to smash them? What did it look like? All of that. And so when Brian Enton asked the sheriff, the cameras are missing, and the sheriff wouldn't go there, clearly the police have taken those cameras, smashed as evidence, and those are now in evidence lockup as part of this investigation. But again, I can't reiterate enough how dark this area is. No streetlights, dark and rural. Whoever smashed those cameras could very well have been completely cloaked, and that may not help a lot. Maybe you'll see someone's gate. Maybe the exterior lights were off on the home. Who knows?
What the heck? What could she have done, this woman, that made somebody that mad that had to do this?
No, they want money.
Oh, you think it? I get it.
I mean, that's what I think. I don't know. What do y'all think in the chat?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man.
And I guess they realized that the family, anybody would do anything to get their parent back. Not everybody, but you know what I mean. Most people would, try to.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Oh, Casey said that DT said it looked like she coughed it up, and that's what we said here too. And I also said it looked like it was dripped. So it's funny you say that because that's exactly what we were saying over here. I said it looked like it was dripped, and then I forget who said it in chat, said that it looked like it was coughed, and I was like, oh yeah, it does look coughed. But I don't know. Maybe it's a little bit of both. Wow.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of both. I think we don't know.
Yeah, we don't know. Oh, let's keep listening.
Depends on what kind of Nest Cam she has. Does it show night vision? I mean, there's lots of different levels that you can get. Who knows what information that will yield? Whoever smashed those cameras, what will we see? What kind of, right-handed, left-handed, walking up? What was the gait? Does it look like a man? Does it look like a woman? Hopefully that could have been ascertained before the cameras actually ended up being smashed. It's very, very disturbing because that is so completely planned, right? This isn't some random, drug addict who's just looking to rob a house. This is something far more premeditated. If the cameras, plural, are smashed, whoever did this knew there was more than one.
Yeah.
I am going to have all of this for you in exquisite detail in just a minute. I do have to just tell you this. I have sponsors that make this podcast possible. And I just want to tell you a little bit about my latest one because lately everything is feeling extraordinarily expensive and stressful. Air travel, gas, food. You can free download. Back to the information on the case. The investigation is not yielding enough money for the sheriff to feel as though he needed to give more regular updates because he said, I'm not giving another one for 2 days. Wow. Not until Thursday, February the 5th. Today's the Tuesday, the 3rd. Unless warranted, unless something happens. Something happened today when Brian Enton was standing right outside in front of Nancy Guthrie's house that was unique and interesting and may have been information tipped. I'll tell you that in a moment, and I'll show you the pictures from the sky. There was a chopper up ahead. So I'll tell you that in just a moment. But it was super fascinating that the sheriff wouldn't confirm blood evidence, but Brian Enton confirmed it outside, and I have confirmed it inside. There was blood inside the home. There was blood outside the home. So let me get to some of Brian Enton's amazing reporting as well before I give you a little bit more of what my law enforcement source has told me, especially about the prime suspect and the car that was towed. That's very, very distressing. Brian also learned about forced entry into the house, and he learned of the 2 alleged ransom notes. We're going to talk at length about that. One went to TMZ, one went to a local TV station in Tucson. We have thoughts. Lots of people have thoughts. The sheriff has some thoughts, apparently. But I'll talk to Brian about that in a moment, and I will read for you what those are. I'm also going to tell you this, that the sheriff was concerned enough that he put out a statement with a QR code. Okay? Let me read this. Sheriff said, we are aware of reports circulating about possible ransom notes, plural. It's ransom note, parentheses S, so a note or notes, regarding the investigation into Nancy Guthrie. We are taking all tips and leads very seriously. Anything that comes in goes directly to our detectives who are coordinating with the FBI. We encourage anyone who may have information, any information, or tips to share via this QR code. So he answered the question too during the press conference when he was asked about, were there ransom notes? Has anybody reached out to Savannah Guthrie or her family? Who takes an 84-year-old woman? What's the point? It would seem like they'd want something. And he didn't say no. He just said the same thing that you just heard. We're looking at all leads. So they may have looked at the TMZ lead right before that press conference and they weren't ready to say whether they thought it was legit or just some hoaxer. And maybe the Tucson TV station got one as well. There's a scam artist born every day. So, by the way, very illegal, very traceable. We'll get to that. Okay.
Before she gets to that, someone said something about a blue box in the back. I'm trying to.
Yeah, I saw it.
What was that though? What are they? What are you guys like? I can't find like the original part of it, so I'm not really sure what it was in.
I can't remember who said it. If you're in here, still say it again. But they said it looked like an Amazon package.
Oh. And Addie made a couple good comments. Addie said,
yeah.
So the son-in-law would not have to need to break in. This is all to look like someone on the outside did it, which I could see that, right? And then Addie says, yeah, they must need money for something, so they would have gotten part of the inheritance. Now they could just be put in the jail, right?
Oh, that's a good viewpoint, actually, because yeah,
that's actually really good.
That is really good. Please get on this board, Addie. Please.
No, but that is a good theory, right? Because if you're making it look like it's somebody from the outside. See, my thing is though, in that case, why then would they even ask for a ransom? Unless they're just greedy and they want it both.
But I think it may have been Addie earlier that said, or somebody said it, that ransom letter could have been produced by maybe the sheriff's department or something to fish.
Wait, say that again.
Yeah, somebody said something about that the sheriff's department could have like created that.
Oh, I don't know what happened to you. Did your phone?
Go in there, say it.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Say it again. Cuff.
Oh, what? Say what I said again?
Yeah, you broke up. Like we couldn't hear you. Like the last thing that you said.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. I just got to telling Harla, it's amazing my phone hasn't like.
I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, somebody said earlier in the chat that possibly this was them speculating and like thinking out loud that the ransom that could have been sent by somebody in law enforcement to try to draw somebody out or something like that. It was a good statement, but I can't remember how it was said. So anyway, if they're still in here, maybe they'll say it again.
Oh yeah, you're right. So, and then also I'm reading, say it again if you're in here. I'm also reading, what did I just say? So Lyndon said Lucy Day blue envelope about book size. So are you saying that maybe that was the ransom?
Oh.
Wow. Okay. What's J's CJD? I'm not sure. Oh, it's an Amazon package. Got you. Wow. Someone had inside information.
The sister and her husband took Nancy out for dinner and they played a game, Mojang, right, before they brought her home. Or did they bring her home? They said a family member.
Oh my God. I think they did. They did say that a family member brought her home.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Well, no, I'm sure they did bring her home, Addie, because they found blood inside and outside.
Yeah.
But maybe, like you were saying earlier, maybe the fact that they are so close that maybe somebody might not have thought it was that. That is crazy, though, right? That is so messed up.
Yeah, this is. Let's do it.
I want to hear it too.
Yeah.
Especially because I have to be
Savannah
up soon.
put out a post today, and the Today Show.
I do.
Obviously, this is their colleague. I'm a colleague of Savannah's. I worked with Savannah for years. We've been friends for years. We've done charity events together. She's dear. She's very dear to me, and it's breaking my heart that she is down there where she grew up in Tucson, trying to find her mom. And she gave the Today Show a statement about where they stand at this point. This is how the Today Show aired it.
Chanel is in for Savannah once again, who remains with her family in Arizona.
Good morning, and that is where we begin this morning. The disappearance of Nancy Guthrie, Savannah's mother, and a beloved part of our Today family. Authorities in Arizona now saying the 84-year-old appears to be the victim of an abduction.
Overnight, Savannah posting this
Here's
image.
this part, so I'm just going to fast forward.
Even human.
Okay, so I think
Goes on to say, we need you.
Casey just said, I could see it if it was a son-in-law, them sending the ransom letters to try to throw people off track. That makes sense.
Okay, that makes sense.
One of the biggest assignments, the amount of prep that it takes to do the Olympics, it's weeks and weeks and weeks of work. And she's not going. And someone is going to have to take her place and get up to speed and cover for her. But how heartbreaking that is, that she's not going to be able to do that. And she will not be at the Winter Olympics at all for that coverage. Helicopters showed up above Brian Enton while he was doing a live report today, above Nancy Guthrie's house. And it was the sheriff's helicopter. And there was a guy hanging out of it. And it was low. It was low enough to see him hanging out of it and looking around. And that wasn't the only emergency vehicle either. I'm going to tell you about that when I talk to Brian. There's another vehicle that was law enforcement related. And it does speak volumes to what might have happened that sent those two vehicles out, the helicopter and the pickup truck. Tell you that in a moment. First, let me tell you some devastating stuff.
Oh, no.
So my law enforcement source tells me that the back door of the Guthrie home was the door that was left wide open. Was it the point of entry? Was it the point of egress? Don't know that. But it was open, wide open, and it was in the back, not the front.
So what do you guys think that the blood from the front is then? Could they have gone in through the back and out through the front?
I don't know.
Well, I guess let's
Brian Enton saw blood at the front door.
Yeah.
So did a struggle happen at the front door? Was there a doorbell rung at 2 a.m.? Why was the back door open? A lot of questions there, but the back door, according to my law enforcement source, was left wide open. I told you already, 100% blood inside the house. My law enforcement source told me that police have now towed and impounded the vehicle belonging to Nancy Guthrie's daughter, Annie Guthrie. This is important because you've heard that the last point of contact with Nancy Guthrie was when she was dropped off by her daughter at 9:45-ish at night on Saturday night. So Annie Guthrie, and possibly her husband as well, Tommaso Cioni, were the last people to see her at 9:45 at night, Saturday night. Sunday morning, 11 a.m., church members reached out to the family. Hey, your mom wasn't in church. Not normal. She's always there. What's up? Family member goes over, calls, family member or members, goes to the house, calls 911, and the investigation begins. But they have towed Annie Guthrie's car. And there is some connection to Annie Guthrie's car and Nancy Guthrie's son-in-law. That would be Annie's husband, Tommaso Cioni, age 50, from Tucson, Arizona, married to Annie P. Guthrie, Savannah's sister. And my law enforcement source tells me...
Oh, you guys, here's a picture of him.
...that Tommaso Cioni is the prime suspect in this case. Again, law enforcement source tells me that Nancy Guthrie's son-in-law, married to Annie Guthrie, Savannah's sister, is maybe a prime suspect in this case. At the very least, let me tamp that down, because sometimes it's the first person you're looking at, not prime as in there's no one else. Okay, so let's be really mindful of that. Families are always looked at first as well. It doesn't mean right away. Listen, Ed Smart was targeted for weeks as, without question, somebody they needed to look at. Possible suspect, right? Heartbreaking for Ed and Lois Smart, because it wasn't them who took Elizabeth, right? But that's what happens. When anything happens like this, familial abductions, the families looked at first, and Annie and or Tommaso Cioni were the last people to see Nancy Guthrie at 9:45 at night, the night before she disappeared, abducted, kidnapped. Kidnapped was the word that the sheriff used with me. But it's very distressing to think that this law enforcement source is telling me that Tommaso Cioni is maybe a prime suspect in this case at this point, and that the car belonging to Annie has been towed and impounded and is in evidence. That's
So real quick, do you guys think that that means that they think that maybe she too might know something? Because I'm just asking, I'm not putting anything out there. I'm literally saying, like, if it's her car, or, I mean, I guess you could go to bed and somebody could leave the house.
There's
And not,
the package. I'm sorry. I have to.
oh, there it is. There's the blue package.
So let me tell you about Annie. Annie is a writer and a jeweler. So those are her professions. That's what she has done all her life. So that doesn't mean anything about her culpability, but I'm just saying, I don't know, man.
I was going to say, what does that mean? Like, what does that have to, I don't know. But Kresha said that, hi, Kresha. Kresha said that why I gotta have an inverted mind now. I can't learn about crime without seeing it completely different context than everyone else. I purposely sat out because I don't want to throw everyone off. Kresha, I'm interested into what you, like, let's say you did get involved type thing, like what you would have said. And anybody that's just joining, hello, everybody, welcome. Please subscribe, like, and share. And Cuff You is on the phone in case anybody is wondering. So hold on, let's hear what else she has to say.
Word that was used with me. This law enforcement source also said to me, who has the motive to kidnap an 84-year-old woman? The way it was described to me is, that's a burden, right? It's a burden to kidnap an 84-year-old woman with mobility issues needing medication. That is a burden. And then this law enforcement source said, so you look at people who would have a benefit to an 84-year-old woman going away, disappearing or dying. Sometimes it's somebody who has an insurance benefit from that. Sometimes it's somebody who may benefit because there's a debt. And that may be helpful. These are just musings. They are not evidence, okay? But they are musings from people I trust implicitly due to their longevity in the business of investigating this exact kind of thing. I told you already about the pacemaker information. The law enforcement sources have narrowed it down to the kidnapping happening at 2 a.m. based on the pacemaker stopping at 2 a.m. That's when they believe Nancy was taken from that house.
Wow.
All forms of DNA were submitted, right? But the sheriff himself said that it came back. Like, so far, the details that have come back have not pointed to a suspect, which tells them that it was likely Nancy's blood, not a suspect. Or at least nothing has come back yet to point to a suspect regarding the blood. My law enforcement source said that they will be searching every single cell phone ping, the geofencing, all the rest. This source told me that this is someone who knew where the cameras were. Somebody who was familiar with this home, this premises, this woman, they knew where the cameras were in order to smash those Nest cameras, plural. Okay. And as far as the TMZ ransom note.
Wait, but that's what I was asking. Do you mean they are suggesting Samantha is in on it? That's what my question was. Like the way they said it, I'm not really sure. And thank you, Harlot, put out the full episode to Ashley Banfield. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
My source says that they don't believe that this is real. They think it's just troublemakers trying to insert themselves into this story. Could that change? Yes. Just want to give you a little bit of information on Thomas Osioni, Annie Guthrie's husband, whom at this point I am told again may be a prime suspect in this case. He's 50, from Tucson. His bio from a website that's an Italian website, an official Italian website for the Taparulin Society, Cultural Association, the Taparulin Cultural Association.
You said Savannah, not Samantha. That's what you meant. I didn't know if the sister's name. I was asking. It sounded to me like you're getting are they saying that Savannah? I was getting that the sister. I'm just confused the way that they worded it. It's Annie's husband. Got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think Savannah. I think she's broken over this.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No, I said Annie. Yeah.
Yeah, no, not you. I said Samantha. Yeah, I was correcting what I said. I apologize.
Oh, okay.
Nonprofit focused on promoting contemporary artists. His bio says, I was born in San Giovanni, Valderno on June 18, 1975. Since 2006, I have lived in Tucson, Arizona. I write when I have the chance. I study lizards. I play the electric bass. I make homemade pasta. LinkedIn reports that Thomas Osioni is a teacher at Basis Oro Valley School from 2007 until present. Says he's a primary instructor for 6th grade science and AP biology. Reverb Nation, that's a music website, says that he put out
AP bio. Oh, wow.
an album with a 3-man music group called Early Black. Music is apparently available, but that's all I know about Annie Guthrie's husband, who, again, one law enforcement source, very connected, highly regarded, impeccable credentials, knowledge of this investigation, says that Tommaso Sioni, Annie P. Guthrie's husband, may be the prime suspect in this case, and Annie's vehicle has been towed, impounded, and is now in evidence. Very distressing.
Let me tell you something. Everybody try to imagine for a minute, this isn't her ex-husband. This is her husband. So let's assume that she knows nothing of this, right? I'm thinking about it right now, and I was telling you guys a really funny story about Ryan saving my mom earlier from the vibrator in her bedroom that she didn't. You guys, in case anybody just heard that, they're going to be like, what? I was just whatever. But I'm just saying, I couldn't imagine, if God forbid, that something like that, I would not now you're not just heartbroken that your mom passed, could possibly, I mean, I don't know, God forbid, I hope she comes home okay, but there's a possibility that your mom's harmed, and then there's a possibility that your husband did it.
Oh my God.
It's bad enough to think your ex did it, but your current husband, who you just spent the night before with playing games with your mom, oh, that's got to be horrible. I don't even know what I would do, because that would just say to me that I didn't know who my husband was the whole time. So now I'm questioning myself and my own choices that I made and what got me into this. And now my brothers and sisters have to now deal with this because of my bad choices. There's just so much and again, that was, I was saying what I would think, not what the sister's thinking, but I'm saying I'm trying to put myself in the sister's shoes. And could you guys imagine, if you're happily married or something and I don't know that they're happily married, but if they were out playing games with her the night before, I'm assuming that they weren't distant from each other. So I don't know. That's just heartbreaking.
So Brian Enton is with me from News Nation. He's been doing some incredible work since landing on the ground in Tucson. Brian, you have done, again, some outstanding reporting out in front of Nancy Guthrie's home. When the crime scene was turned over to the family, you found a blood trail.
Yeah, we did. And I was kind of surprised, actually, that it was not a crime scene anymore. I don't know why I just expected that they would still have some tape outside. When you cover these things, they'll have one police car that stays behind. Everybody left. I mean, it was just empty, except there were some, what I thought were family members coming and going today. I don't know who they were. So we decided, let's just go knock on the door and see if anybody is home, just to kind of see what's going on, since it's not a crime scene. It's all open back up. And so walking up to the front door, you could see that there was blood right outside the front door on the ground, on the stoop right there, right near the front mat going in. Just, not a ton of blood, but it was definitely blood. It was all right there. And then when you looked up, you could see where the camera was, right by, almost where it looked like a doorbell, but it was a camera, and the camera was gone.
So
Well,
I guess we could assume that if they took the camera off, that they saw the blood. However, on the other hand, what if the son-in-law took the camera off? And because I'm thinking about it, those blood circles that we saw were circles. Like, as opposed to like if you were going to get like crime scene evidence or whatever, would they still be perfect circles?
I don't know. And so I wonder if this is like, this is how I think. It's like, what if whoever ripped the Ring camera off, like, hurt themselves? And they were the one that bled. It wasn't even her.
Right?
And
I
did
did
take her out the back
Did
door.
anybody?
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Did anybody think that it looked like they were like that? They like that the crime scene. What are they called? Like the investigators. Like, did it look like the investigators were out there on the front? I don't know. That's so interesting.
And my information from my source is that those cameras were smashed, not just the front one. There was a second one. Whoever did this knew there were two, smashed them. So presumably the fact that you saw that they're gone means that the police took them for evidence.
Yeah, well, what's interesting, though, is when I asked the sheriff, I was at the press conference and I asked the sheriff, we noticed that the camera is gone in the front. Do you think the perpetrator took the camera? He said, we noticed that too, and all of that is under investigation. So it was kind of strange. Like, he didn't give me an answer. Like, was it the perpetrator who took the camera? Was it the police who took the camera? But he acknowledged that they also noticed that the camera was gone.
I think he's having to answer in real time.
That's interesting. So I just said that the cops probably took the camera, but this is the thing. Then he just says so Casey said that the cops said they did not take the camera.
Oh, see?
But how true that is, she doesn't know.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Don't tell me he pulled the BK and turned his phone off and back on. Addie. I love Addie.
Right? This poor woman, absolutely. That way, Casey says, I don't have an opinion on it where my husband, if it were my husband, but like I said, my dad's brother killed my grandma, and that's not something that your family recovers from. Shut the F up, Casey.
Yeah.
What? I am so sorry, Casey.
Yeah.
Wait, and then, all right, real quick. So, True says cops are allowed to lie and to get the suspect in custody. And then Butt says they had to have gathered the evidence, including the blood. And that's why they're not still there. They have more information that they're letting on to. I'm sure. Kresha says part one, the big picture, LOL. You'd have to have a totally open mind and look at two sides. The elites versus us regular folk. Imagine they're using the world stage to screw with us. Evoke. Oh, I want to hear more about what Crush is thinking. Emotions and harness our energy. They thrive off that. Part two, the Lori Vallow connection. Savannah said some things in that statement that hit an alarming level of keywords and dog whistles. I recognize those patterns clearly from my Aunt Lori Vallow Daybell case. The occult operate through these specific communications. So, Kresha, it's funny you said that because before you came on tonight, we were watching part of Lauren's publishing on this case or whatever to see what she had to say. And I noticed she was using words like dark and stuff like that. And I was like, is that on purpose? Like, I did notice that. So that's funny, not funny, but like ironic that you say that. And then part three, decoding the dog whistle. They use symbols, color, and signs. Savannah mentioned specific dog whistles. Truth teller, little children rise up, and good and faithful servant. Even her headband, chain links, is a strong symbol for the establishment. Oh, this is interesting. Part four. And wait, one thing, Gretchen, before I forget. Wait, where did I? Oh, you said about the colors. Is electric blue a color? Like one of the, because the package was out there just chilling. All right. So then the next one, part four, the conclusion. This feels like the latest psyop between the buzzwords and the symbolism. I'm not sure what to make of it yet, but patterns are definitely there. What do you guys think? Crazy mind of mine. Hey, I think anything's possible, right? And I think, and I also think that, it doesn't, it's not lost on me that it's in the area, you know what I mean? Like the physical area. So I don't know, Oh, she thinks Epstein Island is rich royal blue. Could you imagine that? I wonder what that connection could be though. Like, Kresha, we're gonna have to talk off thing because I have so many questions right now, but I have to be at work in like 6 hours. So we're gonna try to listen to the rest of this real quick so I can wrap it up. But hold on, let's see.
To investigative information and evidence that he doesn't want out there, probably, and having to tap dance in front of live cameras, which is really hard. I mean, this is a small place. Tucson has barely had massive crime. I think one of the biggest things was Gabby Giffords, like 15, 20 years ago. So this is a lot. This is a big crime for them to process, and the media attention is sort of stifling. It's really, really hard. Let's just talk a little bit about that blood trail a little bit before we go more into the cameras. But you find the blood trail at the front door. The front door is closed. At least it is now. My law enforcement source has told me the back door was wide open, which sort of gives you just so many questions. Is that where the perpetrator came in? Is that where the perpetrator went out with Mrs. Guthrie? Did Mrs. Guthrie answer the front door at 2 a.m. and there was a pitched fight and that's why the blood is there? Because I think you mentioned the blood doesn't go further out along the stones to the driveway.
Yeah, that's right. We looked and it was just in that area near the door. It's not like there were droplets that went out to where the driveway is or even in the driveway, which made me think, did they take Miss Guthrie out the front? And like you said, the back door being open, maybe they came in the back and took her out the front.
Oh my God, I said that.
Into a
I said that too. That was my observation.
car. And maybe that's why the blood just stopped right there. We just don't know.
I will tell you this, in my half-hour-long conversation with the sheriff last night, I said, so you think that perhaps when you say Mrs. Guthrie was taken out of that home, she did not walk out of that home, are you telling me she was carried over the threshold of the front door? And he said, I did not say the front door. So that was a clue to me. Wait, okay, not the front door. And then I learned today that the back door is open. So I am very curious. There were some erroneous reports about Mrs. Guthrie was dragged from her bed. The sheriff actually put out a statement saying that is not what I said. So we, at this point, the sheriff was walking back anybody who reported she was dragged from her bed. We don't know if the bedroom was, the epicenter of this crime yet. We don't know if there's ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, and Mrs. Guthrie comes down at 2 a.m. What's going on? And something happens at the front. But why then would the back door be wide open? It's very, very confounding. Why would the blood be in the front, but the back door is open? Or did they, like you said, come in the back door, go up to the bedroom, but then take her out the front?
Yeah, and I'm just looking behind me because there's more cars in the driveway now. Step out of the way. You see that white Volvo, and then there's a truck. I think they've maybe brought security people in to just kind of keep an eye on the house. But one thing that you don't know until you're here, I didn't realize, is this isn't like a...
Do we think that, like, if security just came, what are the chances that they saw that he was able to knock on the front door and they were probably like, we should probably have somebody... Do you know what I mean? Like, they probably saw that same thing on social media and they were probably like, we should probably get someone to look over the house.
Normal neighborhood, actually. It's right in the foothills. Every house I would say is on at least an acre, maybe 2, 3, or 4 acres. They're almost like little ranches. And it's pitch. We've got our lights on for, because we're doing our camera work, but it's pitch black out here. There is not one light out here. And it's a ways to the next house. So I'm just thinking if they came in through the back door, to take her out the back door, though, it's not like there'd be a little alley back there. There's like cactus. This is not, it's like kind of wild land out here. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But whoever smashed the cameras maybe thought it would be an easier way to get in the back door to smash a camera without being seen, go in the back, and then maybe smash the front camera from the inside.
I was thinking that, but I didn't want to keep interrupting. But I was thinking, what if they go through the back door and then knowing that there's a camera out front, like you could open the door and then wrap your arm around and get it that way with a glove on, because I would assume that there would be maybe identifying features on your wrist or hands if somebody saw them. So I'm assuming they would wear a glove and a long sleeve shirt, but maybe they could grab it from the inside and then take her out that way.
Side of the house coming out. Who knows? but whoever it was, my law enforcement source said they knew there were those cameras and where they were in order to smash them. We're getting to that in a bit, but helicopters overhead while you were doing your live shot earlier today. Talk to me about that.
Yeah, that kind of came out of nowhere. All of a sudden, there was a sheriff helicopter that got very, very low over the house with two men looking out and down. And my first thought was like, oh, sometimes they'll just kind of come by to come look real quick and then they'll leave. But they stayed for over an hour over the house and then across the street and then in like kind of, again, it's almost like fields out here, but with a lot of cactuses in the vicinity of the house, very low, looking around. And then we saw a search and rescue truck out here, which we hadn't seen all day. So I don't know if there was kind of like, hey, we left some stone unturned and we just want to go back out and look one more time, or if there was a specific tip that came in, something specific that they were looking for. But it was very clear that they were looking for something. Because again, at first I thought like, oh, the helicopter's doing a pass. The sheriff's office just wants to show that they're keeping an eye on the area. But no, they were searching for something.
Yeah, and I think Jennifer Koffendorfer mentioned they might have gotten called a tip, and they were out trying to find whatever it was they thought might be within the vicinity of the house. Or maybe they thought whoever took her couldn't manage for too long. And maybe there was something in the wilds. Like you said, it's pretty rural out there. The other thing that's upsetting, and I don't want to think this, is that, if you're going to leave a body somewhere, there are so many wild animals in that area at night. It's very, very hard to keep the integrity of a potential body if there is one.
See, you guys, look at the drips. Like, I don't know crime scene like that to like know, but it almost looks like it's not touched, right? Does anybody else get that feeling? Does anybody see like crime, like evidence that the crime scene investigators were there? Let's see. Let's go back a little. Look. I don't. Look.
And I don't want to think this is that, if you're going to leave a body somewhere, there's so many.
Yeah.
It like doesn't even look like there's another package.
Yeah, I saw it right there. Yep.
Oh, another package. Oh, wow. So could it be that they didn't, I mean, I don't know, because it seemed like Brian Etten tells them about the camera. And look, doesn't that look like almost like a smear there? Or just is it because I'm further back? Oh my God, you guys, I feel like if Joseph Scott Morgan was here, I'm telling you, I feel like Joseph Scott Morgan would be talking about this. I know, and I bet you he's on Nancy Grace tomorrow, because this, and I hope he is, because look at this, look at that right there, this one at the bottom.
Yeah.
It literally looks like if you put your finger in it, that it was still like, it looks like a drip, like
many wild animals in that area at night.
Look at it. It looks like you could put your finger in it and it's still wet.
Yeah, I saw that on the close-up too. Yeah, right there. Both of those.
Like, look, there's two little bubbles in this one over here, like air.
Yeah.
Like, why isn't there swabs everywhere from evidence?
Yeah. And I just can't believe they would have left that like that. I don't know, man. That's just me. I don't know. Maybe
but what are the chances that they never went out there? That's what I'm saying. Like, there's no way you went out there and you didn't see that. And then the packages, like, why wouldn't you collect the packages?
Right. That is weird.
Like, why are you just leaving the
didn't think
packages
about
there?
that.
Like, could they have been so focused on the other door because it was open that they never even looked at the front door?
I don't know.
Because that's what it almost seems like right now to me, allegedly, in my opinion.
It's very, very hard to keep the integrity of a potential body if there is one.
Oh my God, like literally, like now that we know that information, look at this. Like, it doesn't, where's the crime scene?
Right there.
Yeah, like where's the crime scene stuff?
Steph sells stuff by the seashore said the blank spots in the middle might be from swabs.
Oh, I see right here.
Yeah.
Oh, guess what? Thank you for saying that, because I didn't see that until you just said it. I'm so focused on like this over here, like the big ones, that you could be right. But wouldn't you, like, if this was the case, I would be taking, guess what? She is so right. I am so glad you said that. And I'm so glad you read that, because now that she said that, now we're going to look at it again. Now, the big drops in the front, I feel like they probably should have been swabbed too. I don't know. But I'm so glad that she said that, because now that you said that and I look at it with in a different lens, I do see where they could have been swabbed.
And I don't want to think this is that, if you're going to leave a body somewhere, there's so many wild animals in that area at night. It's very, very hard to keep the integrity of a potential body if there is one.
That's priceless.
Intact for a long time with all the wildlife. And let's hope that that's not the situation. The ransom notes. Let's talk a little bit about that. One to TMZ that was detailed about what she was wearing, details inside the house, and then asking for Bitcoin. And another one to a local TV station. Let's see which one it is. I think it's KOLD TV in Tucson. KOLD, yeah. My law enforcement source says he's not putting a lot of stock in that. There's a lot of crazies out there that want to insert themselves. But what are you hearing from where you are?
Yeah, so you mentioned with the TMZ note, we learned that in the note there were some specifics about what Nancy was wearing and then specifics about the inside of the house, but we don't know if those are true. I mean, like that was just coming from TMZ. We don't know if it actually, is going to check out with what she was actually wearing.
TMZ got it. Like TMZ got that.
And it was an email, by the way.
In an email, right? Exactly.
Yeah.
But is it just some lunatic who's going to be traced and charged? And also the sheriff said that they don't know what she was wearing. So how could anyway? That's part of the idea here is that emails can be traced.
Yeah, they can be traced. I don't know. I think the whole thing is a little weird. Like, why would the kidnapper reach out to TMZ? And then I noticed that TMZ, Harvey Levin was saying they were having a hard time getting in touch with the sheriff initially, which I just found to be kind of strange if the sheriff was taking it that seriously. But the sheriff's office did put out a statement later acknowledging these and saying that they were investigating. Yeah, there it is. And when I was at the press conference earlier, we asked, have there been any ransom notes? And I thought it was interesting. Again, the sheriff didn't answer the question. He just said, we're looking into every. And yesterday he was much more open, actually. I mean, you had him on your podcast. He was all over the place. He was answering every question. He was kind of like hard to follow it sometimes. I'm like, he was talking about his gut feeling about things. And I'm like, is it really what he's saying actually factors? Anyway, but today he was much, much more careful.
Yeah. And obviously, like I said before, they're a little bit new at this. I mean, they don't get this kind of stuff going on in this rural area in Pima County. But, upsetting just to think that somebody, if it's true, may be trying to insert themselves. Let's get to some of the other breaking stuff that my source told me that's just kind of blood curdling. That they did indeed find blood inside the house. You found the blood outside the house. The confirmation from my law enforcement sources that there was blood inside the house as well. And that they have towed Annie Guthrie's car. Annie Guthrie being Savannah Guthrie's sister and the last person to have dropped Mrs. Guthrie off at 9:45 the night before. But that they have towed and impounded her car into evidence. That is sort of the ground shook when I learned that.
That's interesting because we had heard that the FBI was at the sister's house, the Savannah sister's house earlier tonight. I hadn't heard the towing of the car, and I just kind of assumed like they were over there talking to them, trying to get more information about, what was going on in Nancy's life in the days up to this. But yeah, the towing of the car, I'm trying to sort of wrap my mind around the reasons that they may have done that.
I mean, I guess I can understand. I'm trying to think of all the reasons why it's not a big deal. And it's the last person to have seen Nancy Guthrie. My law enforcement source says, who takes an 84-year-old woman with limited mobility?
That is so sad. Addie says, I found it suspicious that there weren't any footprints because if you walk through the blood drips, there should be footprints. That is so interesting. And then Kresha, I feel like Kresha's comment, I said it in my head first, and I'm like, I don't even know that I could even read this in my Philly accent, but I'll try. But if not, cuff you. You're going to have to take it with your Southern accent because I don't know if my Philly accent's going to do this any justice. On my dad's side, my cousin, I feel like you need to read this one. On my dad's side, my family, my cousin invaded my mama's house. Like, I feel like you would just say it so much better.
Okay. So on my dad's side, my cousin invaded my mama's house. That's what I call my girl. And stole $5K by pushing a window unit into her house. What? He bought a blazer, but my grandma had an APB out on the blazer and bombed his ass.
Oh my God.
That's like what happened in Florida.
That is a great. That is so fun. Oh my God, that's great.
Burden for the kidnapper to do so. And
make sure you guys hit subscribe. There's a lot of us in here, and I can't believe I'm going to say this, you guys, but I am only 73 away from 4,700. So
I know we started out. I don't know if you noticed it. We were 4.6 when we started this, and now we're at 4.62.
27. I have. Yeah. Yep. So you guys, why don't you help me get to 4.7? I would so appreciate it. You have no idea.
Unless someone has a vested interest in gaining something from it, like insurance benefits or a family debt that needs paid off, anything like that. This was just the musings, not the evidence of this investigator. But the other sort of earth-shattering information that this source told me is that Nancy Guthrie's son-in-law, Annie's husband, Thomas Osioni, is now maybe considered prime suspect in this case.
Wow. Yeah. So I haven't heard the most. Like I said, the most I heard was that the FBI was at their house earlier today. I haven't heard that at all. I don't know much about them. I mean, I think they were the last ones with her, right, on Friday night.
Two reports that Annie dropped her off, or that Annie and Tomaso dropped her off. It's a little unclear, but this law enforcement source specifically pointed to her car.
So you guys, Kresha is telling us that dog whistle buzzword Savannah used was noble, like the great ones. It's that club that we ain't in. Cuz no shit, right? The only club I'm in, you guys, is, what is it? We're the crazies, right? Crazies are welcome. So hit subscribe if you're crazy. We were called crazies last night, you guys. So people that follow me, oh, we're over 200. I don't even know. I think I only got to 200 people in my thing before, like once. But you guys, if you're crazy and yes, Underhouse must be a crazy too. Underhouse, welcome to our family of crazies. We were called crazies last night, and I was told that I probably shouldn't align myself with all you crazies out there. So if you're crazy and you want to be aligned with me, please hit subscribe so that we could show people that there's nothing wrong with being aligned with other people like you, because I have ADHD myself and anxiety, and I had I've been there, done that type of shit. So I'm like number one in the crazy. So come hit it up if you want.
Being towed, impounded, and in evidence, and the son-in-law, Tommaso Cioni, age 50, may be the prime suspect in the case.
Well, and it would make sense even if they hopefully did absolutely nothing wrong and this is their mom, and it's like makes your heart hurt. I mean, I feel terrible for everyone in the family, but it would make sense that they don't want to leave any stone unturned. So even if investigators are thinking like, we don't think these people had anything to do with it, but the fact that they were the last ones with her, she was in that car the night before, like maybe they're just going to check everything regardless.
And that, my source said there's a lot of familiarity. This kidnapper had a lot of familiarity with his home, with the 2 different Nest cams that were smashed. And that they said an 84-year-old woman with limited mobility is not an easy person to kidnap. There has to be a benefit in some way. You think about a break-in. No, you've caught me breaking into your house. Now you've seen me. Well, you don't typically kill someone and take the body or take the live person with you. That's not usually how a burglary that's foiled ends. It's far more complicated and odd. The mystery is more. It just takes you in a different direction. Your thoughts, anyway. The other thing is that my source said they are obviously looking at all cell phone pings and geofencing to find out what was in that neighborhood. This is the kind of thing that, trips up just about anybody. It may have tripped up Dr. Michael McKee in the Tepe murders. He left his phone in the hospital, but the car was seen. Brian Kohberger shuts his phone off right as he's leaving and puts his phone back on right as he's returning home, right around the times of the murders. These are things that some people just don't think about.
Yeah, and it's not just phones. I was talking to a FBI agent who just retired actually from this area earlier, and he was reminding me that it's iPads, it's like all sorts, it's iWatch, it's all sorts of electronics now. That can track you. And he was emphasizing to me that is the number one thing that the FBI is doing right now, and that they can literally narrow it down in such a way through the cell phone towers to who was right in this area, and then try to follow that device. And he thinks that's really what's going on behind the scenes right now. And there's also just questions about, do they have a suspect that we just don't know about? I mean, I was thinking back to Brian Kohberger earlier when you and I were talking every night, and it was like, gosh, these police, they don't seem like they know anything, and then come to find out they knew a lot. Do they just have their poker face on in these press conferences, and they actually know a lot?
And it's true, they do. I mean, that has to be. We have to be kept in the dark about things because they've got to keep the suspect in the dark about a lot of things. Super interesting though, just about the fact that family members are always number one. Like I mentioned earlier in the podcast, Ed Smart was like one of the number one, suspects in the disappearance of his daughter, Elizabeth, because does the boogeyman really come into your house and steal your daughter out of her bed beside her little sister? I doubt it. Well, he did. The boogeyman did come in. Brian David Mitchell did come in and steal Elizabeth, and it wasn't Ed Smart. But the way law enforcement works is you have to start from the inside of the concentric circles and then work out to a potential other suspect. So if this ends up being prime suspect, but not the only one, and we're just eliminating him, that could definitely be the case. But I also feel like, would you tow and impound the car of Savannah Guthrie's sister, of Nancy Guthrie's daughter, and if there weren't something bigger to it? I mean, it's very loud. It's a very big move.
Do you think?
So let me just say that I think that that's really an important point. Like everybody, including myself, is jumping on this brother-in-law situation, but I guess we do have to make sure that we are cautious. That you know what I mean? Because do we really know for sure yet? This is just from a very relevant source. So I do think that it is important to say that this is still alleged and that it's still, in the beginning. But if this is true, I mean, this is just heartbreaking on so many levels.
It's strange. And you're more, you've been in the bigger media world more than I have. Like, do you think it's strange that Savannah Guthrie hasn't said anything? I mean, could that be an indication of maybe some drama in the family behind the scenes?
So many things could be happening there. If I were in Savannah's shoes, I would be mute. I would be, catatonic.
Yeah,
you're a big media person.
Yeah.
This massive thing is swirling around you. You don't even know what to say and what not to say. You have a million friends in the media business. Everybody wants a comment from you. And the police may have just said, we'd like you not to say anything. And I know Savannah. Savannah is a lawyer. She is a long-studied crime reporter. I met her at Court TV. We worked together at Court TV. She is brilliant. And so Savannah will be doing the smartest things to aid in this investigation. She will do everything that the police are asking her to do, and she will not go rogue. I know that. Yeah. And I don't know the other aspect of that is that if the FBI was over at Annie's house, they've towed her car, they're looking at her husband. If I were Savannah, that would be enough for me to just say, I need to just stay out of the limelight. I need to stay out of everything.
Yeah, it makes sense. I was just wondering about that because if there is a family dynamic here, it might be a reason for her to, like you said, just sort of stay quiet. Although I hate to even think that. I mean, I hope.
What's that?
But think about this. So Savannah now saying this, knowing that they're talking about her sister's husband, her brother-in-law possibly being involved. How does she communicate with her sister? What do you say?
I think that because I have two sisters and a brother, and I think that I call my sister and I'm like, what the heck? Like, you know what I mean? And feel her out to see if she's like devastated or if she's like, I would like want to talk to her just to see. And I would hope that they know each other well enough to know. I mean, I guess you don't always know, but I mean, I feel like I know my brother well enough to know, like, if he called me, I would assume that he had nothing to do with it first. And that, so that, you know what I mean? Like, so I think for me, just in my family, I feel like we're close enough that we would probably call each other thinking that we were not involved and then would have to like be told that maybe we were after type. Does that make sense? Like, I think I would assume that my siblings were not involved, but that's just from my family. Everybody's family is different.
But it would have to be awkward, though, at this point, them talking to each other. You know, they are sisters. It would be like, I don't know, not strange. They love each other. So, like, not in that way, but like, damn. I mean, what do you say?
No, I get you. I don't know if it's just because of like the job I do, but I feel like, I feel like for me, like I think it, for me personally, I would make it known to my sibling very early on, especially if I didn't think they had anything to do with it. That I don't blame them. That, do you know what I mean? So I don't know. I would hope that that's what I would think.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, why destroy us too when you already destroyed my parent? Even if she is found alive, she's going to be traumatized type, you know?
Oh, God, yes.
So it's like, either way, you hurt my mom. And now, you know, I don't know. So, I mean.
No, I just wanted to ask your opinion. So, yeah, I see what you're saying. It just, that crossed my mind. And yeah, I mean, your first thought would have to be, no way, this is not true. You know, we'll see how it plays out.
I would hope. I don't know. There's 230 people in chat. Please hit subscribe. Yeah, hit subscribe. And somebody asked me earlier who called us crazies. We're not exactly sure. Her name's Kitty Cat, but last night's live was all about it, you guys. And the live, all of it came down. So I think my reply to Kitty Cat was quite effective because I didn't delete it. So, and what we were saying, or what I was suggesting, let me just be honest, and other people were agreeing, is that it had to be somebody close to, in my opinion, allegedly, to hidden true crime. Like, even if it was a gem, like, but it obviously was somebody that was Well, in my thing that I wrote back, I think I said that they were trying to impress Lauren or something, whatever. But I think it was pretty funny what I wrote back. So if anybody wants to hear it, just go to last night's live and you can hear it. There's a couple more minutes left, and I really need to finish this up because I literally leave for work. Oh, yes. Thank you. I literally leave for work in, oh my God, 5.5 hours. And so that's not when I wake up. That's when I have to be out the door. So let me try to wrap this up.
That's not the case. I know
And then tomorrow night I could stay on live because I don't have to wake up early the next day.
you have your source, but it's like, gosh, that's just terrible.
I was interviewing Ed Smart and Lois and having to ask them about that. It was awful and so awkward and so uncomfortable. But I do understand it's how law enforcement has to work. They can't ignore that or they wouldn't be doing their jobs. What about the neighbors? Have you heard from anybody out there?
Yeah, we've talked to several neighbors. People loved Nancy. We're hearing a lot of that. I mean, she lived here since the early 90s. I think 1992 is when she moved in, which a lot of people were saying, oh, Savannah probably bought her the house. It's a really nice house. I mean, apparently not, because she's lived here for a long time. So a lot of people know her. And people are on edge about the whole thing. The police have been to all of the neighbors' houses. There was one neighbor who told me police had been there twice looking for videos. Yeah. So it seems like, we've done other stories where you show up and you're like kind of surprised, gosh, how are we the first ones here? That doesn't seem like the case here. People have been going to all the different neighbors' houses. There was one neighbor who told me that they were even trying to talk to the landscapers because there's a lot, they're really nice houses out here and there's a lot of like landscape crews and stuff. So they were talking to them because they kind of know the area. So yeah, people have been cooperating with the police for sure.
Well, I remember a case, Nancy Woodrum in Paso Robles, California, well over a decade ago. Elderly woman disappeared from her home. It was this sort of freaked me out a little because it seemed so similar, but it ended up being a painter that worked at the house. So they will be canvassing. And I think the sheriff did say that to me. They're canvassing every single person from.
Dr. Vonda, bless your heart, Dr. Vona. You take care. We're all night. Thank you, Dr. Vonda. Good to see you too. And Kresha says, yes, Kresha, they were walking. Why were they walking all over the droplets?
Yeah, exactly. That's what we can't figure out.
But then
allowed up to the door. I mean, why was nobody there stopping? Like,
so
Chris Watt.
I have to play devil's advocate, like Steph said too. Like they could have already just done it and been done. So like there were some of those droplets.
Tested? Was that the blood outside that was tested? I do too, but they didn't confirm it.
I mean, you're seeing blood outside that's it's still red. I could see your video still red. You're testing that. You're testing that right away because what if there was a pitched fight and a knife was being used and, the assailant was cut? There'd be mixed blood. So that would be the first thing but it was devastating to hear that so far nothing's come back, indicating a suspect. This is going to be a hard one. This will be a really, really hard one. Like you said, it's so dark out there and so rural and it's not like a lot of ring cameras and license. Plate readers are going to lead to whatever vehicle, and I do say vehicle. Nancy Guthrie couldn't move more than 50 yards on her own. She needed to be conveyed in some kind of a vehicle.
I wonder if they already have a vehicle description, because with the FBI being involved so early, and there are traffic cameras out, like on the main road out here, and they're just not giving it to us at this point.
You could hear me because you're on the phone with me. Yeah, I know. Oh my God. Thank you guys for saying that. I wasn't frozen, just so you guys know. When it kicked it off and then kicked me off, I didn't realize. Now I know because I'm new to Streamlabs and this hasn't happened to me yet, but now I know. When it kicks the picture off, that I have to put myself back up too, or you guys can't hear me. So thank you so much, Crusher, for asking if I was muted because I would have felt so bad. But I wasn't saying anything that important, but I do apologize about that. For once, it actually didn't kick out on me. It was my fault.
Point for a specific reason.
I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, they're going to look at every single vehicle that was in that area and find out who they were, where they were, who they were with. That's not tricky. That's what led us to Dr. Michael McKee in the Tepe murders.
Yeah.
What am I missing?
I think you covered it pretty well. I mean, we hit the ransom. The blood is really alarming. The cameras, which you had new information on.
Okay, I guess I could leave the video there. I don't think I have to go over every little thing because it's literally 2 a.m. So I think I'm going to wrap this up, you guys. I love you all dearly, but I will be back tomorrow and the next day, probably the next day. I'm not going anywhere. So instead of me doing that's up to you. Thank you. I do appreciate that. You have absolutely no idea. Thank you so much. You didn't have to do that. I do appreciate it. Wow, that is so generous. I do appreciate that, Cuffy. Thank you. You guys, subscribe. That's all. That's all we need is just to subscribe. Just you guys subscribe and like, and we're good to go. But anyway, you guys, subscribe, like, and share. I'm going to go because I teach literally from 8 a.m. till 9:30 p.m. So it's a long.
Yeah, we were texting earlier, you guys. We were just thinking we're going to get on for a few minutes. And
I say that all the time.
An hour and jump off. Yeah.
I say that all the time. I'm always like, I'll just go on for an hour. I don't even know how long we've been on.
We appreciate you, and I think I can speak for the chat. We appreciate you so much.
Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you so much for saying that, Cuffy. And it was great talking to you. I don't know how my phone's still on. I still have 18%. I'm actually surprised.
That's what I said to Harlan earlier. She said none of her devices were connecting, and I'm like, I can't believe my phone stayed connected this long.
It's crazy. I just can't believe mine's still it's not dead yet. All right, you guys, thank you so much. And thank you, Cuffy. I'm going to hang up. I'm going to go to bed. We've been on for 3 hours. We've been on the phone for 3 hours and 13 minutes.
Bye, you guys.
Wow, that's crazy. That's awesome. Bye, Cuffy. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, you guys, that was awesome of Cuffy to stay on with us and to help us through that. I like having other people in the background too. It's I don't know, it just makes for conversation. Oh, Truth, I'm so sorry. I am going to lower that. Truth, if you remember, I don't know that you'll remember, but yeah, right, it's still not 9 hours. Remind me tomorrow to lower that. I have to go on Streamlabs, but I learned how to lower something else that was buzzing or something. I did it by accident, but I'm so glad I did because I had no idea that people were hearing buzzing. I was like, why didn't someone tell me? You guys, if you ever hear or see something that's not normal, tell me because I just might not know it. Like how Kresha said, am I muted? I wasn't muted. I was talking that whole time. I thought you guys were listening, but I just wasn't up there. It's late and I've been teaching all day. You know what I mean? Monday through Thursday is a little rough, but thank you, Down Under. You guys have no idea how much that means. If anybody wants to make a girl happy, subscribe. That would be amazing. I appreciate you guys. I hope you all have a beautiful night. Thor is not having it anymore. He's doing this whimpering thing in the background and looking at me with a sad face while Allie's snoring. So I think he's afraid of Allie. He's a Mastiff and Allie is a Beagle mix, but Allie's a girl and she's lays down the law. And Thor, like, I literally have to go over and stand in front of Allie so that Thor can go by. It reminds me of, like, you know, when there's a cat and a dog won't walk by. That's what it reminds me of. But it's Allie and Thor. They're both dogs. It's unbelievable. So I have to go save the day before he starts barking like we all know that he will do. So good night, everybody. Thank you for coming. And hopefully I'll see you guys tomorrow night. I don't see why not. I don't have to wake up early on Thursday, so at least not as early as I have to tomorrow. So good night, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you to my mods. I couldn't do this without you guys. And I love you all. Have a great night. And always remember, as YouTube ad actors, right? Thank you, YouTube ad actors. But the crazies are always welcome here. So come on in and join us. Good night, y'all. Thank you so much for joining me.